Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Greater Restoration Day 2, 2022. And oh my goodness, am I so excited to be here with all of you. It's going to be a hell of a second day because we have some excellent games lined up for you. But before we do that, I just have some general things to talk about, and then we can get right underway with our first game, Malice in Marvelland, which, can I just say, I love that name. Just put that out there. So, the first thing that I need to talk to you about is kind of the boring stuff, and that is we're going to be doing a lot of raffles and giveaways during the stream, and of course, there are some general rules to be established before we can do that. Then I just want to talk to you about Extra Life for a quick second, give you a quick heads up outlook on the day, and then I will get out of here and you can enjoy some Dungeons and Dragons. So, Greater Restoration is going to be offering a number of raffles as donation incentives and milestones. A number of these giveaways are restricted to the United States territories for the purpose of shipping, so if you enter to win a raffle and don't have a valid US address, you may be disqualified and another entrant will be chosen. To win the giveaway, just be in chat and enter the keyword when prompted. If you win, follow the bot instructions in chat and the mod will contact you. Make sure that you provide the mods with a valid email address so we know how to reach you. Keep in mind that you can only enter each giveaway once. However, you can enter as many different giveaways as you would like. By entering into a giveaway, you acknowledge and agree to abide by the giveaway rules and acknowledge that receiving this prize is contingent on following said rules. Now that that garbage is out of the way, it's important to state, I want to tell you guys that we have some excellent prizes coming up, and we have one that's going to be given away right after this game. So stay tuned, watch this excellent game, and then stick around because we're going to have a lot of fun stuff and giveaways coming afterwards. Now, we're all here this year to support Extra Life. And Extra Life is honestly one of my favorite charities. There are an incredible program of Children's Miracle Network hospitals that have been uniting gamers from across the globe to play games and change the future and kids' health since 2008. They have raised $87 million through Extra Life since their conception, 17 million of that alone in 2020. 50,000 different gamers have registered annually for Extra Life, and more than half of the Extra Life community members are content creators on Twitch and YouTube. So, I'm not going to talk for too long because believe me, I've got a lot to say, but I know that's not why you're here. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up and throw this over to Diana, who is going to give you guys a fantastic game. I'm excited. I'm going to be in chat watching this. So, Diana, if you will, I'll get out of your way and have a great game.
Thank you so much, Derek. We really appreciate you coming in and sharing all the deets so that we can do this. It's a good time. Although I don't know about him hyping up the game too much. We don't know that it's going to be great. I never make those kind of promises. I can't follow through on any of that with any certainty. So, but I do want you guys to meet our players before we get started. So this is a 5e adventure called Malice in Marvelland, obviously inspired by Alice in Wonderland and all of the fanciful tales therein. I have a spectacular cast for this game, including a couple of my dice affiliates who I'm super stoked to be playing with. Some for the first time. So without any further ado, Justice, who are you and who are you playing today?
Hi, everybody. I'm Justice. I am the operations and community manager at 1985 Games. And today I am playing Zrabroth, they, them. And I think that's all I'm going to tell you about them for right now.
Good. A man of mystery. A them of mystery. I like it. Next, Word Fangirl. Let's hear about your character.
Well, hello. I'm Word Fangirl. My pronouns are she, they, and I am playing Karis, whose pronouns are he, him, and he's going to be delightful.
Excellent. Anna, how about you?
Hey there, I'm Anna, she, her, also known as Archival Dust Bunny, most places on the internet, Queer Trans Advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer and podcaster, and associate producer for Response Team Omnicron. And I'm playing Sathea. she, her, who is a spring eladrin with a bit of flair.
We love flair here. We're all about flair. We're whatever that restaurant is in the movie with Jennifer Aniston. Fair, how about you?
Hi, I'm Fair, pronouns she, her. Today I'll be playing Najana, your reborn Twilight Domain cleric, and her pronouns are also she, her.
Wonderful. And last but certainly not least, our resident Greater Restoration guru, Rafiki. Who are you? Who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Frank, aka Rafiki. I'm one from the founder of this channel, and today I'll be playing as Cadence, the Orc Bard. So I might
Dig it.
maybe like by the end of this game, Diana's not gonna love me anymore. So
I don't think that there's anything you could do in game to make me not love you except using the banishment spell, because I don't allow that. If you're like me and you love visual cues, if you're a very visual person, there is spectacular artwork that's been done of these characters. You can look right below me here and get a good look at them. I'm sure once they do their character introductions and descriptions, you'll be able to tell who's who as those cycle through. But without further ado, let's step into our story. The five of you are deep into your studies. It's a sunny afternoon in your city. You're outside just beyond the walls in a nice little thicket. You ask your chancellor for the afternoon outside of the city walls to better contemplate the upcoming events as you hone your studies and truly become masters of your craft. You've been studying with Chancellor Windblossom for as long as you can remember, because you all were chosen. You all were chosen to participate in the Rite of Knowing. Your induction ceremony is just a few days away, and you're taking those final steps before you enter your grandiose positions as important role models and leaders within the community. The city holds these ceremonies every 33 years, but lately, with the last couple rites of knowing taking place, the number of students have steadily dwindled. The gods have been choosing fewer and fewer representatives to hold their interests in mind as the city grows and blossoms. But the five of you have been at this for a long time, and you're very good at your respective fields. That's why the Chancellor left you alone this afternoon to contemplate the upcoming events. Now, the rites of knowing focus around a special stone that's used to conduct electricity throughout all of the different corners and households of your city. It's called the Dusk Stone. It's a raw-edged orange jewel with crystalline structures around the outside in a iridescent purple shade. So it very much resembles the tones of a sunset. That's why it's called the Dusk Stone. It sits a few meters from each of you in this field, a physical manifestation of the big step you all are about to take. Now, just because you all are participating in the rites of knowing doesn't mean that you all have the same skills. As you all are contemplating your position, the steps you're about to take, and the role that you're about to assume, one you can never step away from, let's go to Karis. Karis, as you look at the Dusk Stone, what are you doing to hone your craft, to focus your efforts? What would we see if we looked at him?
So when you physically look at him, he has blue skin. He looks like he's always contemplating, but in fact, he's usually just zoning out. He is a very big furbolg, and you will find him trying very hard his family's very into plants, but he's never been good at it. So like he's trying to like look at the grass and you think he's thinking, but he's just like, stupid grass, just throwing it around and just zoning out and really looking like he wants to break his sword through somebody's head.
So Karis is muscle.
He is muscle, though he tries to be brains, not successfully.
You know, if you can fool people into thinking that you're in deep thought while you're zoning out, I feel like there's more to Karis than meets the eye. I'm with it. I dig it. A few feet from Karis, as he kind of focuses on this hunk of now disturbed grass a few feet away, Cadence. What would we see if we looked at Cadence?
So first thing you would see is this charming, tall half-orc, completely bald with a beautiful, well-groomed beard, very colorful, and a cloak that's always billowing in the air just for dramatic flair, because he likes dramatic flair. If you're gonna make an entrance, might as well make it, that people notice you. But it's just there, probably just trying to write his autobiography, current working title, Cadence of Her Art. It's riddled with spelling mistakes and probably a bit exaggerated, but he's trying his best. He's not necessarily the brightest, but he has heart. That's the important part.
And that's what he's known for, is his heart,
absolutely.
his passion, and the flair with which he conducts himself. Sathea, what do you look like? What do we see if we look at you as you're deeply enthralled in your studies?
Yeah, Sathea is a spring eladrin, kind of light green skin, pink hair, full of flowers, very flowy, colorful clothing, slender build. She's from some noble fae family. She doesn't talk about it much, but she does carry herself in that manner when it's advantageous to the situation. But she does a lot of dance. So if Cadence is playing any type of music or anything like that, she's probably partially focused on the stone while dancing. And those around her probably feel those thoughts about the stone kind of being pushed out from her.
Sort of an energy almost, just.
Yeah, you could say a more like a psionic energy.
One could say that, in fact. Wonderful. And I apologize, Fairbear, I don't have your character name up on my screen. So
that's because I forgot to change my name. That's my bad.
Najana?
Yeah.
What would we see if we looked at Najana?
Najana is sort of the opposite of Karis in that she looks like she's zoning out, but she actually is very contemplative. She's sort of, aware of her surroundings and her companions, but she is clutching her religious iconography in her hands, which is the symbol of Ilmater, and sort of praying, like it's part praying, part like meditation, just sort of like a lot of just self-reflection going on. There's a lot about herself that she actually doesn't know. And so that's sort of like, she's sort of seeing this as like, maybe this is a step that I'm going in the right direction to figure out who I am as a person.
Okay, I love that. Wonderful. A true rite of passage, like beyond what we already know.
Oh, yeah. And sorry, physical description. Everyone was doing that.
Hit me with it. Let's hear about Najana.
She's slender, about 5'7", dark skin, but there are patches of lighter shades that look like vitiligo, basically. Dark eyes, long hair that's pulled back into a ponytail. And you see, like, if you're standing close to her, you'll notice that the spots of vitiligo actually have some scarring there. You may assume from battle. And she may or may not be breathing. Just depends on who's paying attention.
That's concerning. Wonderful. Last but not least, a party member who maybe wasn't necessarily chosen by the gods, but might have been built with them in mind. Let's hear about Zrabroth.
Yes, hello. I am Zrabroth. When you look at Zrabroth, you see a sort of paste over all of their flesh. But if you were to look really close, you would see lines and rivets. But Zrabroth is very much trying to fit in. If you are watching him for a while, one of his eyebrows might fall off, and then he picks it back up and reapplies it. He is very intent on the dusk stone. And perhaps because someone told him he did not blink enough, he overblinks. I am very much a flesh and blood here, is what he tells everyone that asks.
Roll deception.
Oh. So that is a natural 18 plus 11. That is a 29 to pass.
Oh my God.
You all have known Zrabroth for a long time now. And yeah, there are some really strange characteristics that he possesses. And yeah, every once in a while, his eyebrow does fall off. But, you know, you never really want to ask him about it because you don't want to have that awkward conversation. You guys aren't that close. It's just, you don't want it to get uncomfortable. Like, you don't want him to know that you noticed. But yeah, totally human. Absolute 100% flesh bag right here.
Najana absolutely cannot judge because she's like, you know, my first memory is digging myself out of a grave. So I can't really like judge anybody for their, you know, experience and however they want to express themselves.
Najana's probably like, yeah, you know what? If an eyebrow fell off every once in a while, that wouldn't even be my worst day of the week. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's fine. I don't need to breathe, drink, or eat, so I can't judge.
Wonderful. Well, now that you kind of have a little bit of a visual for all of our players here, let me explain how I run charity games. The more donations come in, the higher we push that donation bar up there, the more awful shit is going to befall these guys. Now, I'm not making any promises that no one's going to make it out alive. That truly depends on you all. The more donations we get, the more ridiculous and terrible this is going to be. Just as a general blanket statement. With that in mind, I need everybody to roll me perception.
Hell no. That's a 6.
Excellent.
Nat 1.
Way better.
13.
13.
16.
16.
Dirty 20.
Wonderful. Sathea, you kind of almost take a misstep while you're dancing when you notice Zrabroth is standing on something. Zrabroth, you notice Sathea is kind of almost looking past you for a second. And as you turn, you see a small cat wearing spectacles and a yellow tailcoat. Do you mind?
Mind?
You're standing on my tails.
Oh, I am terribly sorry.
You all would notice this exchange. It's very rude. Just because I'm small does not mean you can simply ignore my existence and trample upon me like some great beast.
I apologize for my rudeness. I did not notice you. My sensors, my eyes were not in the right place.
Roll me deception.
That is a 23.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to make light of your impairment. It's understandable. I myself have some visual issues you might notice.
Oh no, my sensors are my eyes are excellent. They were just not in the correct place.
You're very odd. All right, well, I need to go about my business, so I'll be on my way. Toodaloo!
Carry on.
And he walks around you and towards the dusk stone. Yes, this will do very nicely.
Wait, what? Oh, wait, what are you doing?
Well, it's the Queen's birthday. I can't be expected to arrive without a gift. She'll behead me on the spot.
The Queen? What Queen?
The Queen.
The band.
No. Oh, you simple fools. It's
In
fine.
addition to
Just-
queens,
I'm
there are
sure you're
usually
going to-
kings and princes, and dukes and duchesses.
Okay.
Your cat's not making any sense.
It's
Yeah.
a weird cat.
Yeah.
Where did you get him?
I
Oh,
beg
I
your
found him.
pardon.
I think you stepped on him.
Yes, I trapped him with my feet. But then I released
Nice.
him.
Did you forget the word feet?
No, certainly not.
She doesn't question it.
It happens to the best of us
Sometimes.
to forget words.
Yeah, sometimes you just like lose your feet, man. Like it happens.
Yeah, yeah.
Precisely.
fair.
What is everybody's
So-
passive perception?
Oh, my passive perception is
Passive
actually
is-
garbage.
18.
19.
16.
14.
Surprisingly, 12.
Sathea and Nijana, while you're trying to understand how a being could forget the word feet, you notice a slight movement out of the corner of your eye. And in the time it takes for you to turn your attention back to the cat and the dusk stone, both are gone.
Oh, that's not good.
We. What the fuck?
This is your cat. This is your problem.
Goodness
Yeah.
gracious me.
What did your cat do?
Well, I was not sure that was my cat. Did I find a cat?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's how most people just become cat owners. They just find
Yeah.
a cat. And a cat just adopt them.
I have
Yeah.
lost my cat.
They adopt, don't shop.
Yeah.
From perhaps 20 yards away, you hear very faintly, "I am no one's pet."
Okay.
My
I
cat.
take off in that direction.
Paris also starts running. Bro, we gotta get the cat.
I'll pack all my papers in my bag real quick. It's going to be stuff in all crooked. So just going to be page like mislabeled in my novel, but it's okay. And
What kind of
get it-
novel is this?
Oh, it's a autobiography. It's all about my life.
Oh, that
It's
I thought it was going to be smut. Okay.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
did I.
Same thing.
So you all take off after this new pet of Zrabras. Okay.
Yeah.
You follow the sound of this incensed cat toward an ancient oak tree growing. And as you kind of slide to a halt beside that tree, there's no further sign of the cat or the dusk stone. There is, however, a large hole in the ground.
I think I'll like
You forgot to turn on your vocal cords.
I will stick
Well-
my head in it.
That's what I was going to do, but I'll let you go ahead and do that.
You can both stick your head in it. This is a big hole.
We'll bump shoulders as we try to stick our
It's about
heads.
4
Yeah.
feet in diameter. It's not subtle or small.
We all just Scooby-Doo and like are away and look into this hole, like just circling.
Yeah, it's real dark in there.
This is a large hole.
I have 300 feet of dark vision. I still can't see anything.
Nope.
Dang.
So it's like a pool. We're gonna have a pool, right?
Oh, yes. Are you and your cat building a pool out here?
I was not informed if we were, but I would be all for this. I love to get water on my body.
Who in this group do we consider academics? Like who would consider themselves like a bookworm type?
I mean, are there actually?
Who has
consider-
an intelligence over 12?
Oh, not me. I do consider myself as a
Oh,
savant of
you
the
all are
world.
making me so sad right
I
now.
mean, I do somehow.
I have a
Harris is
an
the smartest
11.
one of us.
We're
Yeah.
so screwed. Oh,
No, I love
man.
this. This is
All right.
perfect.
Oh God. Okay.
So that was just Karis?
Yeah, I have an 11.
Great. All right. Karis, as much as you would love for this to be a pool, you notice something odd about the hole itself that, I don't know would have ever really crossed your path before. You are used to hearing sort of the ricochet of bone on bone and metal on stone, and the sounds of battle. They tend to reverberate and echo, especially in small chambers. There is no echo in this hole.
Bro, you know how like when you just like yell in your hand, like sometimes you can just hear it back, or like you stab somebody really good, and if like they try to stop it, it makes this isn't the hole's not doing that.
Well, we are not stabbing it.
Have you tried stabbing the hole?
I shall. I will
Mhm.
stab the hole.
With what?
My short sword.
You're just gonna just taking your sword and thrusting into the darkness.
Yes.
Unsurprisingly, the darkness is resistant to piercing damage.
You are correct. There is no sound when you stab it.
Yeah, that's
Where shall we get the water?
I mean, I feel like I want a pool. Don't get me wrong. I really
Yeah.
want a pool. Like we need a beach day. We do. But I just feel like this isn't it. Because like a pool, if it's empty, they'll give you some noise back, like when you stab stuff.
Yes.
So
An
it can't
empty
be a
pool is a hole.
kinda, but this isn't a pool.
Right.
I
Because
know
there
it's
is no water
complicated.
in
Like
it.
pools are like a serious deal. I get it, but like this can't be our pool.
Okay, so we have a hole. Nobody could see it, and the darkness is resistant to or immune to piercing damage.
Yeah.
But the cat. Did your cat go down there?
Oh, I do not know. I have not installed any sort of tracking device on my child.
You
Cat.
got to microchip your cat.
Yeah. It's just being a responsible pet owner.
You got to put a hunter's mark on your cat.
Well, I have not owned said cat for long enough to take it to a human doctor.
Well, it just means we have to find it. We should
Yep.
probably get the stone back too, but the cat's most important.
Oh, right. Yes.
I'm going to remind you all that stone powers your whole village. Like no
Oh.
pressure here.
Cat is most important.
Is there like squirrels around or anything like that?
Oh my god!
Uh,
Please don't tell me what you're gonna
roll
do.
me
You're
an-
gonna do what I think.
Roll me an animal handling check.
While she's searching for a squirrel, I'm just gonna cast dancing lights in
guidance.
the hole.
You'd 19
it's
plus 6,
Oh,
25.
okay.
I have animal stuff.
So a couple things are going to happen at once. Rafiki, you said you're casting dancing light
Yeah.
down into the hole.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to see like how much water we will need to like have a pool. and I also put
Sure.
like the proper safety things.
Are you're trying to send them down to the bottom?
As far as I can reach, which I think is like 120 feet with that cantrip.
Okay. Yeah, the lights go down and keep going down and keep going down and disappear.
All right, so if we build a pool, we need to like put like a sign, like for like adult, because children may not be able to swim that deep.
Karis,
Yes.
there is in fact a very smug looking squirrel sitting in the branches of this oak tree. It's hard to tell, but it looks like he's kind of like got his arms crossed and he's just kind of like watching you all.
I'm trying to think if now that I know how deep it is, if he would knowingly do this with the squirrel or if you'd find something that could fly. But he's gonna do it with the
You
squirrel.
only have intelligence of 12. I'm not like
Yeah, he's gonna look at the squirrel and be like, I can cast speak with the animals at will. So he's gonna look at the squirrel and be like, bro, like we can, I know like, but a pool would be really sweet. So could you like check out and see if we have the bottom of this? That would be like, I can look through your eyes. It'll be great. We'll like team up and we'll make a really sweet pool.
First of all, stay out of my head. That's very rude. And second of all, what's in it for me?
I mean, a pool.
Yeah, somehow I don't foresee getting to use it very often with all of you around.
I mean, it could just be like your pool. We occasionally just come by and like dip our toes in, but like it could be your pool. What
Would you
what
be
do you
willing to sign a
want?
contract to that effect?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
All right, I'll go check it out, but don't go in my head. That's very strange.
But like, would you be down if I like just kind of saw what you saw? Or no? You just want to figure it out.
Will it hurt?
Nah. It'll be real chill.
Fine, but I'm going to bite you if it hurts.
You know, sometimes you just gotta get bitten, you know? And I'll cast Beast Sense.
So you can see through the squirrel's eyes right now.
Yeah,
What
and
does
hear what it
your
hears.
body do? Well, you are inside of this squirrel.
So Karis would sit and like sit with his legs all crossed up, but he's really tall. He's a furbolg. So he's just like looks real uncomfortable. And he looks exactly like he did in the field, really contemplative, completely gone.
So nothing unusual.
Yeah.
Well, Cadence is sort of still like leaning over the hole to watch as these lights descend into darkness and eventually just seem to extinguish. Nishana, Sathea, and Zrabrath, you have a front row seat as this squirrel scampers down the trunk of the tree, up the leg of Cadence along his back, and just sort of like swan dives into the hole, into the darkness.
Squirrel! I'm gonna follow.
Oh my God.
Oh my god.
So you fling yourself into the darkness after the squirrel.
Yes, I attempt to save the squirrel.
Great. Karis, you only get a few seconds of vision before you're actually like forced out of the squirrel's eyes. And what you see is Zrabrath, like eyes wide. One of the eyebrows is like slipping up onto his forehead, like falling after the squirrel. Shana and Sathea, you just watched Zrabrath fling himself into the hole. What would you like to do?
We
I
should
roll
go
my eyes
after
and-
him.
Yeah, jump in
Yeah.
afterwards. Like, I imagine this is not the first time we've had to jump after Zarbroth for something,
Probably not.
since our barbarian is the smartest person in the group.
Najana
Choices
Take
were
the
made,
deep-
guys.
Yeah.
Najana takes a deep breath and closes her eyes because she doesn't want to like actually be in this darkness, because again, she was buried and then she came to life in a grave.
This is
and she's
probably like her
"Oh."
least favorite
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, it's
I
like, oh
imagine.
God. Like she's again clutching her symbol of Ilmater and just takes a step and lets herself drop with her eyes closed.
Wonderful. Cadence, you are probably the most knowledgeable right now at this exact moment about how deep this hole is, and
Very
3
deep.
of your 4 classmates just flung themselves into darkness.
Well, I've done mathematics before. Like I know that if people fall that deep, they're just gonna become pancakes. So I'm gonna just follow suit. And as I'm gonna
Get a
reach
whole
like,
stack of pancakes.
yeah, it's gonna be a whole stack of pancakes. Welcome to House of Pancakes. But as I'm gonna get close to them, just to make sure that, because they're kind of nice. I like them, and they're kind of part of my autobiography by now, so it's good. I'm gonna cast Featherfall on everybody so that we just don't become pancakes.
I was gonna say,
Oh
if
my-
you want to save your magic, I studied abroad once and I know a single spell, which is also Featherfall.
Y'all are gonna
I love to
fucking
study
die.
abroad.
Cadence, you take your step and just kind of like teeter into
Yeah.
the hole after everyone else. In the same moment as Karis is forced back into his body, and you kind of, Karis, you come back into yourself and you're suddenly seeing through your eyes again. You've never been forced out of an animal like that. Like, it was very strange and sort of jarring, but you don't see any of your classmates. They're all just gone now.
Oh yeah, should have left note.
Like peek my head over the hole and be like, squirrel bite. I'm sorry, man. You can come bite me. Are you okay? Say hi.
Silence.
Oh. I look around for another squirrel.
No squirrels to be seen.
Those squirrels are hiding from you now.
Like, what if he just wanted the pool for himself? Shh. I'm gonna jump in.
Wonderful.
I'm the smartest one.
Also, can we talk about how Cadence has us in his autobiography? I'm just like, it's just fan fiction, right?
Did you
Big
cite your
fan.
sources? I'm just
I mean, I changed the name for anonymity.
Just one letter off from our real names.
I was gonna say I'm Harris in this book.
Yeah.
Genre.
Yeah.
Genre.
All right, so you're all falling down this hole. Cadence, we're gonna retcon. You haven't cast Featherfall yet.
Okay.
Just allow me to save you a spell slot. Zrabroth, as you start to fall through this darkness, your sensors pick up wind resistance at first, as if you are actually falling at a great speed. But then that lessens. And it's just sort of like you're floating in water as you're descending more slowly.
This is a wonderful pool.
And if you kind of glance above you, you can see Nijana and Sathea, who you two feel the same sensation where you were falling very quickly. And then it's like you kind of felt some buoyancy and like you're just sort of like floating down now. And above you two, Cadence, you still clutching sort of an armful of loose papers. You feel the sensation too, and a few of the papers had come loose as you fell, and now they just sort of like teeter beside you in the air, very slowly, very delicately. And above you, Cadence, just by a few feet, even though it took several moments for Karis to take the leap. Karis, you can see everyone below you now, falling very slowly. What would you like to do?
Harris is gonna yell ahead. Can't take my pool, man. That's not cool.
The one creature you don't see is the squirrel.
No
Rob,
signs at all.
You're distressed.
Where did the squirrel go?
He's still in the pool.
Probably
But
the
we
same
are in
place
the
your
pool.
cat. Probably the same place your cat went. This group, we're not great with animals, are we?
We seem to have a losing record with the pets.
I'm glad I left my dragon at home.
Wait, you have a
Perhaps
dragon? I'm gonna take note
Yeah.
of that.
I don't give you permission to take notes about my life.
It's not your
The
life. It's
little, the
somebody else
little notes
completely.
that I know. I don't give you permission.
No signed media release.
Yeah.
You all continue falling in this unnaturally slow sort of way. It is still very dark, and eventually you kind of lose the daylight that had been above you when you fell, to the point where you all are enveloped in complete darkness at this point.
Harris is going to put his arms out and see if he can touch the sides of his new pool.
Who is touching me? Whose hand is on my shoulder right now?
Not
it is
me.
definitely not mine.
Yeah, no, it doesn't feel like cold like your hand normally feels.
Are you pool?
No, do I sound like a pool?
I don't know. Well, I mean, maybe. I just want to know how far, like how far do I have to go for laps?
Harris, you can feel like at your full arm span, it's probably about 6 feet tip to tip, I would imagine, probably a little more than that. You can feel both sides of this hole. And where it started out as kind of dirty texture, and then it changed to like rough hewn stone. Eventually it smooths out, and it almost feels artificial as your fingertips graze it now.
This is the weirdest of. This is just weird, man.
Does anybody have a light?
Oh, I'm just gonna recast dancing light around me and just make a wonderful light show. It's mostly around me because I want to look glorious.
Oh my
Of course,
God, I
with your
wish I
cape
had.
and everything too.
Yeah.
Now that you're lit up, you see that Sathea's gotten bored and is like somersaulting in one direction and somersaulting in the other direction since it's
Just
taken so long. to
just
fall.
absolutely slamming into walls. No, no, I'm kidding.
Rob
the
is
light.
swimming in
Yeah.
circles. Swimming.
In the light, you can see what now surrounds you as you slowly fall is polished marble, mirror smooth around this circular chamber. Who was it who had high passive perception? Higher passive perception. Okay. Sathea and Nijana.
I have a 14.
Even though you're both kind of distracted and like you're like, oh, I'm so bored, I just want to be there already, you do notice there's a slight indentation in this stone that's just passing by your head right now.
Is it? Can I reach out and just grab onto it?
Make me an athletics check. It's gonna be tough for you.
Yeah, it is. Uh-oh. No, it's a 5.
So could
Yeah,
I
I
chip a nail.
You sort of like go to swat at it and catch it with your fingertips, and you end up doing like a somersault and
Yeah.
kind of a little queasy afterwards.
Oh God.
Sathea?
could I like kick off of a wall and use like acrobatics to try and like shoot myself into it or over to it?
Yeah, go ahead and make me an acrobatics check. We'll say with advantage because that's a clever usage.
Hmm.
With advantage, that is a 22.
Wonderful. You're able to sort of propel yourself at this indentation in the wall. Now, as you kind of get closer to it, you can see it's perhaps 3 feet wide and maybe 3 feet tall, and it's just slightly sunken in. And your fingertips are able to sort of catch on the little bit of a lip that's there. But there is still gravity, so you're kind of slowly being pulled down. Cadence has just sort of floated past you and is looking up at you while you grip the wall. Karis is floating down above you like a giant furball cloud, just like descending down. But you are able to kind of get a grip on that lip.
Okay. Does it look like this goes further in?
You're not sure, but you know that the only way to kind of test it is gonna be to mess with it.
So I am not very strong and probably cannot pull myself up, but seeing Karis come down, would I be able to, because they're not very wide, so I could reach out and I could touch Karis as they come
Absolutely.
down, right?
Yep.
I am a spring eladrin, so my face step is teleporting other creatures instead of myself. So as soon as I get my hand on Karis, as long as he's willing, disappears in a burst of flower petals and reappears as far into this indention that I can put him again in a burst of flower petals.
Is this something that you would have done to Karis in the past?
Probably. Yeah, especially if saying we're not the smartest group, we've probably gotten in trouble before. So helping
Wonderful.
him or another member of the party out.
Yeah, so Karis, you were kind of like floating down, fingertips grazing, like it was actually kind of a very freeing experience for you, who's usually so tethered by gravity. And then all of a sudden, as you're used to, flower petals just kind of envelop your field of vision. And all of a sudden, where there was darkness and your friends falling, there's now a marble wall right here.
Do you see anything? Pull me up.
Whoa, I always smell so good when you do this, and I'm gonna lean back so pull her up.
So it's only a couple of inches. There's like a
Oh, okay.
2-inch gap here. That's how you were able to get your fingers on it, Sathea. So you're kind of like rocking on your heels at this point. Sathea's beside you, so you could pull her up so that she can see what you're looking at if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll do that.
The others continue to fall. And after, yes, Rob Roth.
Upon seeing the flower petals, I would attempt to bounce off the wall and catch some.
You are further down than the petals.
Right. Can I bounce up off the wall?
How?
Like push off the wall and bounce up?
Push up off the wall? Off the
Yeah,
completely
do like a-
smooth wall?
Like a parkour.
You know what? You can try. Give me acrobatics at disadvantage.
I believe in you.
I don't.
I believe in me too.
We are the smartest party here. I believe in it.
Liable talent is the thing.
I
Well-
can't believe that the highest intelligence score is 12 and the barbarian has it, you guys.
I rolled a nat 20.
Horse shit.
But
Don't
also
you
a-
lie to me.
No, but
I'll
also
divorce you.
a 2. So at disadvantage, I rolled a 2, which is a 7 on
Okay.
acrobatics.
That's more like it. You kind of see the flower petals and there's this moment of just like childlike excitement, and you go to kick off the wall, and when you meant to sort of angle it upward, you accidentally angled it completely straight and went headfirst crashing into the opposite wall from you. You're going to take 1 bludgeoning damage.
Are you okay over there?
The rest of you just kind of heard a crunch. And as you floated down, you saw this little like
And then
shattered glass pattern in the marble there.
Oh, that must have hurt.
Oh, no, everything is fine. My human head is okay.
Your human head as opposed to
your actual Ed.
Well,
Yeah.
It is a human head that I have.
Cadence, you notice that two of your party members are gone
Oh,
now.
did I already purchase a pool? Hello, Karis?
You
Yeah?
two can hear him.
Hello?
We're checking something out. Hang on.
What?
There's nothing to hang on to.
Cadence, when you hear their voices, you expected it to come from above you,
Yeah,
but it actually comes from below you.
interesting.
And Zrabroth, you notice as you continue to fall, you can kind of see, you know, the very distinct pattern of Nijana's skin in the air below you, sort of clinging to one wall. If you look closer, you can see Sathea kind of like trying to keep her balance beside Nijana there.
Karis? I'm there? What?
So do
think
they
you're-
see me plummeting
Yeah.
towards them?
Yeah.
Uh,
Sorry, Najana and Sathea, if you guys look up, you can see Zrabroth's human body slowly descending towards you. He's sort of got a palm clutched to his human head right now.
Mhm.
Look.
Oil leaking out. I mean,
Look.
blood. Sorry, blood.
Definitely
Confused
blood.
at
Yeah.
Karis next to me. What? Weren't they below us? Have I gotten turned around?
I mean, I think. Does that mean the squirrel's here? I'd like look around and see if I see my squirrel.
Can I push against the wall in front of us?
Give me a strength check.
Oh yeah, that's gonna go great. Because I have a -1 in that. That's a
Nijana,
12.
That was a 12? Okay, wonderful. Nijana, you can see kind of out of one corner of your eye, you can see Sathea kind of start pushing on this little indentation in the wall in front of you. And you can also see Zrabroth as he begins to sort of float past you. What would you like to do?
Just stare in confusion. No. Okay.
Always a viable option, I feel
Yeah.
like, with this group.
Yeah. Najana's like, I don't even know how I got here. Okay, so pushing on the wall in front of us, it's not yielding.
Well, we don't know that yet.
Okay, well, Zrabroth
I'm just asking what you'd like to try and do.
I would like to, let me see. Can I just I'm trying to see if I have any spells that I can use on this door. Can I use Dispel Magic on the door? On the wall, I mean? Do I get the sense that it's magical?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Okay. 18?
With an 18, you don't get the sense that the door itself is magical, but you do feel the magical presence of the entire tunnel behind you. It's almost overbearing to your senses.
Oh.
It's not pleasant.
No. But probably not the best idea to dispel magic considering people are falling.
Probably not, no.
What could go wrong?
And then we all
Ooh.
die.
Probably par for
Right,
the
party
course
of
for our
2
group.
now.
Yep. Dang, party 5, party 2.
Come on, I dare you.
You dare me? You dare me to do it? You want to die? Good to know. If you write poor things about me in your autobiography, I will murder you. Okay, can I just guiding bolt this wall?
You absolutely may.
Okay.
Tell me what this looks like, and then we're going to see how easily Sathea is able to avoid being included.
I think anybody who can see her, even from their periphery, it's like scintillating starlight, sort of like outlines her body and then coalesces like into her palm, and then she just Iron Man blasts it basically.
That's amazing.
Or tries to. I'll do this at a 4th level. Okay, 22.
Okay. Sathea, you know this isn't your thing, so you're like getting revved up, you're sort of like loosening your muscles, and you go and you put your palms on this piece of marble and you go to give it a push, and all of a sudden, as your fingertips touch it, it shoots backwards at an alarming speed. You can hear it kind of scraping against the walls as this plate of marble just descends further into this tunnel and disappears from your field of vision. And the moment you feel like, damn, I'm way stronger than I thought I was, you turn and you see Najana kind of outlined in almost moonlight beside you, and you're like, ah, okay.
She's Sailor Moon.
I mean, you're not supposed to know my secret identity.
Zrabrath, you have the bird's eye view of this whole scene as you sort of float past it. Cadence is now kind of right at Sathea and Najana, your head level, just kind of eyes wide, having seen what happened.
Can I try to grab him?
Yeah, make me an athletics roll.
Okay. 17.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Are you guys taking like a step into the tunnel so that you aren't sort of about to fall?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like as I'm stepping in, I reach out and grab him and like step in.
You pluck Cadence like a ripe apple and just sort of deposit him inside of this tunnel beside you.
The first time I've been handled that way anyway.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I assume you liked it.
Zrabrath, you continue to descend into darkness as you watch your friends kind of disappear from the tunnel above you. Karis, you are now almost to the point where you're level with this tunnel.
Do I have a rope or something? I don't.
Adventures without rope.
I mean, I got string on my loot.
Does that surprise you with this group?
You know, I'm so
I actually
pleased.
have
I can
rope.
only imagine why you were chosen by the gods to be the representatives of your city.
I have rope. I do have rope.
Would you like to throw out the rope to Karis?
Yes.
I will remind you all that Karis is significantly larger than most of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm like, everybody, hold on to the rope. We're gonna Squid Game this tug of war, and like
right.
just lean back.
All right.
I'm not even going to make you roll for it. With a little bit of elbow grease and kind of the team mentality here, you are able to pull Karis into the tunnel behind you. Zrabrath, you are not comforted seeing the last of your companions sort of disappear. And it takes a moment as you're sort of floating through nothingness, and you're like, well, guess this is it now.
No, that is not what I am thinking.
What are you thinking?
I am enjoying this pool. There's no water in the pool, and yet I can swim, but I do not have to worry about getting my human body wet. I enjoy this very much.
This is the first time they've ever gone swimming?
Most likely, yes, because generally he does not like to get his human body completely wet, since it may cause malfunction.
It also ruins the mustache.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Also damages my hairs.
just as you're sort of relishing this experience, this is something new. You see below you a little ledge where now Karis is being pulled into the tunnel. And your friends are all kind of now glancing up at you. Like, where did you come from?
I will wave.
Can I reach out and try to grab them?
You can.
Dude, swim this way.
Heavy is Robroth.
Um,
Is he the weight of a normal human?
He is heavier than a normal human by probably 100 or 200 pounds.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah.
Big bone.
Karis, it would be rude to say anything, but Zrobroth is heavy as shit.
Yes, muscle weighs more, I am told.
One day we're gonna have to lift. It'll be great.
The five of you stand, sort of crouch in this little tunnel that descends further into darkness, but you're no longer floating for all eternity, so that's a plus. What would you like to do?
Go forward.
Can we continue falling? I enjoyed that.
I mean, if you
Maybe
want
after-
to.
Maybe afterwards
Okay.
we have to find your cat.
Yeah,
Oh.
and the gem, but mostly the cat.
Yes.
And the squirrel.
Um,
And
And
the
the
Yeah.
squirrel.
And I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
at this point we own this pool. So
Yeah, like we can come back. We can swim anytime. The pool will always be here.
Are you certain?
I mean, it's our pool. If not, we just got to fight some people if they try to take
Yeah.
it. But I mean, we're fine.
Ah, yes, this does make most sense. Let's find my cat.
Is the tunnel just as dark as the how when we looked into the hole, it was like dark and not even dark vision could see it? Is it dark like that, or do we see any sort of light at the end?
This seems like natural darkness. So your dark
Okay.
vision
Okay.
does actually work, and you can kind of see the outline of this is just raw earth that this
Mhm.
tunnel is
Okay.
comprised of. So you
Okay.
can see roots sticking in every once in a while and little rocks poking out.
Okay.
This seems more normal.
Okay,
Would I-
let's crawl through this Bugs Bunny tunnel.
would I know if any of my
Lizard.
party member cannot see in the dark? I think Karis, you cannot see, right? All right,
I can't see in the dark.
Oh, I can actually. Who
I don't think.
can everybody else see?
I can just do little lights if
Who has
needed.
dark vision here?
Okay,
I do not.
Wonderful.
Yeah, he's a
I can
regular human.
share. I can actually channel divinity. I can share my eyes of night with up to 4 willing creatures for an hour.
You
So
can share it with the whole party then.
I will share it, and that'll give you everybody 300 feet of dark vision. So I'll just do that.
Najana,
This is startling.
Does it look like anything when you're sort of bestowing this gift on your party mates?
Starlight in my eyes kind of seeps out and kind of. Sorry, it's like going to the eye doctor, kind of shoots into your eyes. It's very bright for a second, but then you can see.
Ah,
Yeah, so Najana temporarily blinds you and then bestows dark vision upon you.
Yep.
It's a very confusing moment.
This how you see all the time?
Yeah.
This is so cool.
this is
Yeah.
not a human trait.
Najana starts like audibly breathing.
Yeah, you all can now see this really dirty little tunnel. Congratulations.
Yep.
Who's gonna lead the pack here?
I guess I will.
You know what? I like it, Sophia. Step
So
it up. I
this
appreciate
tunnel
it.
was never discovered before. So it is a secret tunnel.
As far as you know,
Is your discovery like, your definition of discovery the same as, I don't know, that adventurer Christopher Columbus?
I mean, we have not encountered anybody yet, so maybe. But I'm not.
Hmm.
a quick note to our audience. as this party sort of figures out what they're doing in this darkened tunnel that leads both from somewhere they don't know where it goes to somewhere they don't know where it goes. Now would be an ideal time for you to make those donations so that something terrible is meeting them on the other side and not something friendly. Just a thought. Just a random, I don't know where that came from. Anyway, Sathea, you are an Eladrin elf, so you're humanoid size. So this isn't wildly uncomfortable for you. You're able to kind of almost crouch down and shuffle through this hallway. Now I have a feeling that Karis is probably going to have some issues, and maybe even Cadence, depending on how large of a half orc he is.
He's on the larger side. He's a big boy.
Okay. Yeah, so depending on the marching order here, whoever is behind Cadence or behind Karis might have to like put some elbow grease into it for a second and just sort of muscle them further into that tunnel. But you are able to make some headway there. It's dark, it's clammy, it feels like natural earth though. So you come to a point in the tunnel, perhaps 200 or 300 yards in, to the point where you can no longer see the entrance that you came through to get here. The tunnel, which up until now had been very straight and very level, curves and goes straight up.
Can we just keep going?
Yes, it looks like it keeps going. We can.
Yeah, I need to get out of here.
Sathea, are you going to attempt to climb?
Could
You're
I
gonna stand on someone's shoulders?
Can you parkour?
Would you like to parkour? You know,
Yeah, the
you-
theme.
Because I have a really high acrobatics score and a negative athletic score. So yes, I would like to parkour.
Tell
Would you
me
like-
what this looks like. In fact, well, roll first. Roll your acrobatics for me, and then tell me what it looks like based on how well you think you rolled.
Wow. I do have reliable talent, so I can't roll below 19. Glad I have reliable talent. That's a 19. I feel pretty confident about it. I feel like this is how she accomplishes most problems that may be athletic in nature. So she like finds a foothold and tries to kind of leap from, if there's like clumps of rocks or dirt in this tunnel, stuff like that, kind of leaping from each one going up, since it seems to be a more narrow tunnel anyways.
It's really lucky that Najana had given you all dark vision, because you all would have been very upset to have missed this show. This was just pristine athleticism right here. Sathea, you do kind of make it to the top of this tunnel, and it ends in kind of a flat surface that's just a little bit squishy if you push on it.
Like a ceiling.
Roll me nature.
Ooh, I don't think I'm good at that. I am not good at that. That's a 7.
Cool.
probably
Yeah,
fell
you have
asleep
no
during
idea
that
what
course.
this texture is. It's squishy and it feels weird.
Yeah, I kind of poke at it and prod at it. I think there's a ceiling or something.
I mean, hang on. Let me just, it's all like soil and stuff on the sides of us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my hand in it and commune with nature and see if I can kind of figure out what is going on for up there.
What is the exact text for commune with nature?
I mean, I can determine the locations of things and gain knowledge of up to 3 facts of your choice about any of the following subjects: terrains and body of water, plants, minerals, animals, people, celestials, fae, fiends, elementals, influence from other planes of existence, or buildings.
So because this is an unfamiliar land for you, you're not going to be able to determine where anything is because you don't know what anything is, but I will allow you to ask me 3 questions of your choosing, and I will give you what kind of answer you would like. Well, not what you would like, what is true, obviously, but.
Oh, come on. You're not gonna be like, there's a squirrel in so many pools. So is this, whatever is up top, something that we could, like the depth of it is what I'm thinking in terms of like punching through an option kind of thing? Or would I know, like if it's something we can physically, like I can just violently get through?
Your question is, can I punch through it?
Can I punch it? Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear here.
Yep.
Yes is the answer.
Okay. I'm trying to think of, is it made of something I'm familiar with?
How picky of an eater is Karis?
Probably not at all, especially since his family is very like plants and caring about plants, and he's very obsessed with animals. Definitely if it's something like outdoorsy, he would eat it. Probably more picky about like fancy meals.
Yeah, this is definitely something that's familiar to you. I'm gonna make you use your last question though.
You are, I
Okay.
know. What is it?
The spongy texture above you all right now is the underside of a mushroom cap.
Gross.
I will let them all know, but like, bro, it's a mushroom. We got shrooms.
Okay, can you? Yeah, you here. Najana doesn't need to breathe, but she's still hyperventilating a little bit.
Are you
Like,
okay?
no, I need to get up here right
Make
now.
me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, great. Con save. 21.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to, through completely forced and totally unnecessary breathing, maintain your composure as you're just sort of down there. But you don't give a fuck about this mushroom. You just want out.
Yeah, get me the fuck out of here.
We can try and cut through.
How much is the distance between where we are and the shroom?
So where you are,
Yeah.
because you kind of went and shoved your hand in the dirt.
Yeah.
In order to do that, you would have had to move to the portion of this tunnel that went straight up, because otherwise you wouldn't have been able to move your arm. So your head is kind of right where Sathea's feet are right now, as she's reaching up into the underside of this mushroom. So it's no more than like 10 feet from the bottom of this tunnel to the underside of that mushroom.
I'm trying to decide my level of chaos.
Do it. It's a one shot.
If you're willing, would you like me to yeet you through the mushroom?
I sacred flame the mushroom.
You know what?
I sacred flame the
That's why I
fucking
said-
mushroom.
Yes.
I say
I am willing.
No, like
All
no.
right. I
While
love
you're
this.
thinking this,
As
I'm
we
like,
set up
I
for
blast the fucking mushroom.
So this is all going to
She-
happen at the same time.
I do have something to do in preparation for getting yeeted.
Lay it on me, Sathea.
She pulls from one of the flowers in her hair what turns into a long thorn of like pinkish purple energy
Okay.
for her, one of her psychic blades, and she's gonna kind of hold it above her.
All right. Any of you need word of encouragement for that shenanigan?
I don't think they need any additional encouragement.
No,
let's be honest,
but the
Cadence.
mushroom does have to make a dex saving.
You know, I don't think it's going to beat it. Just out of curiosity. So what color is your flame? I should ask Najana.
It is like a light lavender color. It's
Okay.
actually really soothing to look at, but also she wants to get the fuck out.
Sathea, you kind of get to witness all of this in slow motion, because this is a once in a lifetime experience, and you're also probably seeing your life flash before your eyes. So Karis kind of gets ready right as you summon your psionic blade. And you're like, okay, here we go. And as Karis pushes, Nijana loses her patience. And you see this sort of lavender energy fill the air. And just as the inertia starts pushing you upward, the mushroom erupts in purple flame, and you fly through these flames, blade first, into the open air.
I like to flip and
Oh.
land gracefully.
I know it's a one shot, but I need art of it.
Yeah.
So are you trying to make it look cool when you land? Because like that's
absolutely.
what I would do. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Then you're gonna roll me. It's gonna be athletics, not acrobatics. I'm sorry.
No. Oh no, this is gonna go bad. That's a 4.
Ooh.
Wonderful. There's a brief moment at sort of the apex of your flight where you can see around you and it's open air and blue sky. You kind of take a moment in the distance. There's a beautiful palace. There's some woods and a lovely flower field. And then you start to feel the gravity settle back in. And you look down and all you see are more mushrooms. And then they start getting bigger very quickly. And you kind of splat right onto the top of one that was adjacent to the one you flew out of. Purple
Ow.
chunks of flaming mushroom now sort of littering the area immediately around you. You aren't going to take any falling damage, but you are going to brutally squish that mushroom, and now you're just kind of going to smell like mushrooms. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just lay there for a few moments.
Are you
Um,
alive?
Yeah, I'm
I
okay.
Oh, that was lovely.
Nijana is just pushes her way out of this fucking tunnel. She's like, I can't do this. Having flashbacks.
You like climb Karis from the side.
Yeah.
You're like, move, get out of my way.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm like, oh God, like a fearball ladder. I'm good. I got this.
And I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, word fangirl, but Karis recognizing the distress in Nijana's sort of demeanor right now, you'd just kind of like, he'd stand there and take it while she got out. Okay.
Oh yeah,
gotcha.
he's just chilling.
Do you all climb out of this mushroom cap?
That seems to be the logical way to do things.
Or you can stay in the tunnel. I'm not here to judge.
I mean, it's a nice tunnel, but I would rather see other things.
No, it is not.
Sabra's going back to the pool. No, yeah, I gotta climb up.
This is the perfect time for me to once again remind the audience that the more donations come in, the meaner this is going to be. We are at a decision point in this particular saga. And we've had quite a few donations come in so far, but I feel like if we can make it up to say $560 in the next couple of minutes, it will be decidedly worse for these individuals.
I mean, surely kill my character. It's not like she hasn't been dead before.
I'm gonna double kill you. I'm gonna really kill you. So you all kind of erupt, for lack of a better term, from the top of this mushroom stalk to find yourself in what feels like an oversized garden of sorts. You're surrounded by more and more of these mushrooms, many much larger than the one that you all just crawled out of. It's alien in a way, and it's very quiet, but it is very natural. You can hear birds singing, you hear bugs. It just kind of feels like you're all very small right now. And you hear from somewhere nearby, hello.
Hello?
Hello.
What do you all do down there then?
Who's talking?
Well, it's
We're looking
me.
for a cat.
And a squirrel.
And just
And a
resting after looking really cool when
gemstone.
we landed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all look really cool.
Build
Well,
a
you will
cloak.
find him down there.
Okay. Where you're I look up. Do I see anyone or anything?
All you can really see are the underside of some of these larger mushrooms.
Well, we can't really see you. Where are you?
I'm up here.
That's not very helpful. Okay.
I'm just gonna look up.
You see the underside of a mushroom.
Are you a mushroom?
Don't be ridiculous.
I mean, I've seen weirder things.
Drawbroth pulls out a wig
Oh,
and replaces the wig that he's already wearing. Or they're already wearing.
Zrobroth, inexplicably, probably through the stress of this current situation, has changed. Oh, has changed their appearance. Excuse me. Zrobroth, what do you look like now?
Yes, well, when the voice appeared out of nowhere, I wished to change my appearance slightly so that I could not be recognized, and suddenly I have long flowing silver locks falling down my face in a very human fashion.
Yeah,
Is this
just
something
like
that the others would have
Sephiroth.
witnessed?
There's
perhaps
something different about
before?
you. Did you somehow cut your hair?
As you see, I am I am not Zrobroth anymore. I am now yes, a different human. Shh.
You don't look very human to me.
No, I am human.
Who can you like? You can't really judge like who's really human.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that was a little.
Well, he's not.
yeah, I
That's
didn't
for
like
sure.
that.
Yes, no, I absolutely am human. But I would like to know if you also are human, like me.
Oh no, I'm just a worm.
Ew.
Can I see anything from the destroyed mushroom I'm laying on top of?
Have you kind of recovered and sort of sat up now?
Yeah, I will finally sit up and like pick mushroom bits out of my hair.
Also, would like to point out there are cooked mushroom. There's a cooked mushroom now.
Yeah,
if
there's
anybody's
mushroom
hungry.
flambe around you right now. You know, if any of you are peckish. You can see Sathea on one of the mushrooms that's, we'll say, maybe 20 feet from you right now and slightly higher elevated. Excellent. And slightly higher elevated. You can see sort of this fuzzy blue outline. It's not big, maybe the size of a dog.
Oh, hi there. Are you the one talking?
Well, yeah, who else is here?
I am here.
You never know who's hiding around the corners.
Are you
Hi.
okay?
No, we lost a cat.
Yes, our cat is missing. And our squirrel.
I
And a
meant fallen from the
gemstone.
sky.
Oh no, we came
Oh,
from the
yeah.
ground.
I'm fine. We do that all the time. It's no big deal.
You all should come up here before the rootworms come through. They do enjoy some flesh every once in a while.
What?
Root word?
It is good that I
Immediately
have
try to
human
scramble up
flesh.
there.
Yeah, just scramble up there.
Is that enough incentive for everybody to climb on top of a
Oh,
mushroom?
yeah.
Yeah.
And Sathea, are you going over to the mushroom where the voice is coming from?
Yes, especially if everyone else is doing it. If I'm already on top of a mushroom, if I could,
Yeah, you're gonna
I
get
don't-
there
you're probably
way
gonna
faster
say
than anybody
athletics,
else.
but if I could leap over there.
Okay. Yeah, it's not difficult. It's almost as if this garden was used for that purpose pretty regularly. Thea, you see it first, and then the rest of you will eventually join her atop this mushroom. A small, fuzzy, blue worm with big dinner plate eyes and this little cheeky grin, along with a red scarf, sits in front of you.
Oh my god, cute.
You said the size of a dog, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So I kind
He
of
comes
squat
up to
down.
like your knees, mid-thigh, something like that.
Yeah. So I like squat down from. Well, hi there.
Rude of you to squat to talk to me. I'm used to being this tall.
Oh, sorry. I thought it would be more polite. I can stand back up.
Yes, I would very much prefer that.
I stand back up awkwardly.
The rest of you are now able to kind of join Sathea on the mushroom coming upon this worm.
Have you seen a cat come through?
Oh, do you mean Dervish?
I
Was
mean,
that,
we did
was
not
that your
name
cat's
him.
name?
We didn't
you-
really catch the name, or they weren't named yet.
I prefer to call my pet cats all mittens.
Well, he doesn't have any mittens, but he does have a rather nice coat that he likes to wear.
Was wearing a coat.
That sounds like their cat.
Yep.
That is my
yeah.
cat.
Your cat.
Yes, it adopted me.
That doesn't sound much like Dervish, but he did come through here not too long ago.
Yes, certainly. Did you see a squirrel?
No.
That is a shame.
This
I'm
squirrel
get
is going to
bit.
become
Crisis.
the BBEG of this one shot.
I'm
Thank
get
you
bit
for
real hard.
planting that idea right in my noggin.
You're welcome. I'm excited.
We're fighting a giant squirrel.
Well, which way did the cat? Dervish? Which way did Dervish go?
Oh, he went right towards the Violent Valley.
That way.
Yes, this
could you say that name one more time?
The Violent Valley.
Are you mispronouncing purple?
No,
I had the same question.
Yes.
it is rather pretty though. There's lots of beautiful flowers. Some of them are purple.
Yes,
Oh,
you
that sounds
are
like a wonderful
definitely
place.
saying violent, not violet, correct?
Just because I'm a worm doesn't mean I don't know English. If I were to
Certainly-
rank my intelligence, I would give my score perhaps at 16. So I don't know that anyone would really be questioning my ability to know the land that I live in. Thank you.
Oh,
yes.
no,
Karis is
we're
pretty
not
smart.
questioning that. We're just making sure that we heard you properly.
Yes, it's the Violent Valley.
We're all from a
Paris
different part of
is-
the world, different accent. It's
I
Okay,
would
we're-
very much like to go back to the pool now.
Karis's eyes are
cat.
like lit up, and he's pretty much
Violence?
like watching you all, but like
Did you-
taking steps like a toddler. Like
Karis is
Wait,
like, did somebody say violence? I like violence a lot.
this is like my pool, my other pool. We gotta go.
It's pool just full
I mean,
of
there are
blood.
flowers there.
Full
Yeah,
of blood.
this is like the best pool.
There will be a lot of people on the road today. It's the Queen's birthday, and I hear she's having a big party later.
your cat did
Yeah,
mention
that's
about that.
Yeah.
Yes,
and
I
then
remember
stole
now.
the gem for the queen for her birthday.
Oh, well, the Queen does like her pretty things.
Why couldn't Dervish just get her like a gift card so she can buy herself a present?
I know, right?
We don't have Sephora here, so there's not really a whole lot that she was interested in.
Oh, but can you just not order online?
Delivery
delivery
fees.
options
There's just
available.
it's pricey, you know.
Yeah.
You can't,
Shipping.
you
Yeah.
can't mess with that.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
But I
And then
mean,
you have to stop at the border.
yeah, okay. I mean, you could also just go to like the, company's direct website. But I get it. Okay.
You all aren't from here, are you?
Nope.
We
Well-
are definitely human.
Well, I guess it depends where here is. I actually don't know where I'm from. Maybe I'm from here,
Well, this is Marvelland.
Marvelland.
Never heard of it.
Good place. Let's go.
You're going to want to go towards
Karis
the
is
Violent
gone.
Valley
Okay. I'm
and then
taking
into
notes.
the Deep End Woods.
I mean, we've already been to deep ends. Okay.
If you don't catch up with Dervish in there, you're going to have to go straight to the castle.
I mean, we just could just go to the castle directly, right, and just meet him there. But I don't know what a castle is, so.
But the castle is through the Violent Valley,
Oh.
beyond the
Yeah.
woods.
That
Yeah.
makes
So
sense.
like
okay.
I feel like if we're gonna like show up at this queen's birthday party and stuff, we should probably bring a gift. Does your queen like skulls?
Yes, but she typically likes to collect them herself.
That's fair.
Um,
That's fair.
Does she like cooked mushroom?
No, no one eats the mushroom.
Oh, why not?
Well, it's poisonous.
Oh.
Oh.
Ah. Puh, puh, puh.
Mate, is your eyebrow all right?
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, quite.
Like under your right eye now, like
I
just like an eye, like an
sometimes
eyelash.
they have a tendency to move. This is it is a common human trait, I am told.
There's
It happens to the best of them.
There's something on your neck. I thought it was a leash. I think it might be your other eyebrow.
It's an impressive talent. I wish I could rearrange my face too.
I believe we could arrange that. Karis does enjoy rearranging faces, or so he says.
Oh no,
It's a
I
good
couldn't
time.
keep you all. You'd better get a move on if you expect to beat the party.
Yeah, we should go.
Party! Let's go.
Yeah,
Karis is
I
gone.
do enjoy a good.
Yeah, Karis.
Yeah.
Can I just leap on Karis's back?
Karis, are you okay with that?
Oh yeah.
The two most murderous party members, it seems, have
Yeah.
started along the path to the Violent Valley.
I run after them. There are
Najana's not
flowers there,
murderous.
so
Yeah.
Najana's not murdered. She's just like, I don't have anything else to say to this cute worm, so I'm gonna go. Thank you for the information.
Sathea, maybe with a little more reluctance, but still excited about the flowers, follows behind new and improved Zrobroth. And Cadence, do you two follow as well?
Oh yeah. I'm just wondering. Oh, I'm gonna word this in my autobiography because nobody's gonna believe this shit. It's like,
I do not give you permission to use my likeness.
all right, I'm just gonna make you green.
That's still my likeness.
could do a caterpillar instead of a worm.
There we go.
I could do that.
With that little bit of legal jinjitsu. The last two. Oh, what was that,
Zrobroth
Zrobroth?
is as everybody walks away, it's gonna be like that awkward moment when you're parting ways, but then you end up going the same direction, except the
Mhm.
worm's not moving. Zrobroth is just creating his own awkwardness by accident. So well, it was a pleasure to meet you. I believe it is customary to shake hands.
Strawbroth is definitely that person where like you try to end the conversation and they just keep talking.
Absolutely.
You kind of realize what you've done, and as you go to pull your hand back, a transparent hand actually appears in front of you, and you can shake it.
Yes, I do. That is a most useful trick. Thank you for all of your help. You have been a most wonderful companion on this trip. I shall adopt you when we return.
None of you even asked my name.
Oh,
Good luck not
we're
dying.
so rude.
And with
I feel
that,
you didn't ask
as our
her name
party
either.
adventures towards the Violent Valley, this is the midway point in our stream, so we're going to take a little break and go get some more water, some beverages. I see we've had a number of donations come in, which makes Violent Valley all the more exciting for me. If we hit $600 by the time I come back, it will be truly disastrous for everyone here because they'll be outnumbered.
But not outsmarted.
Well,
Oh,
let's not overestimate ourselves here.
yeah, don't say that.
So Greg, if you want to kick us over to break whenever, we'll be back in 10 minutes, you guys. Welcome back, everybody. So hope you had a good break. Hope you took care of your personal business and got yourself a beverage, because right now we are headed back into the Violent Valley, one of my favorite areas within Marvelland. So far, we've had some yeeting, a couple costume changes, a little bit of perhaps claustrophobia happening. But all in all, just a fantastic group of, adventurers chosen by the gods, who went through a hole in the ground and ended up in a completely unknown land, like you do. None of them asked the worm's name, which I'm very sad about because his name is simply Worm. He was inspired by the labyrinth, and I had to tell you all that because it was very important to me.
He's very cute. He was very cute.
I'm just a worm. Coming back into this, please remember. Yeah, I did say that you guys would be outnumbered if we exceeded $600 by the time we got to the Violent Valley. So there's still, 30 seconds to a minute, depending on how long I can really drag out this reintroduction speech, I suppose, for us to get there.
I just feel like people just don't believe in our abilities, and being outnumbered.
Let me put it this way. They're going to be outnumbered no matter what, because you guys have already done such a spectacular job of donating to Extra Life. Thank you all so much. They will be drastically outnumbered, like double outnumbered if we hit 600 in the next minute or two.
Violence is for the children.
Yeah, violence for the children.
Yeah.
They suffer so that no one else has to. You're welcome. But also thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. I'm going to dive right back into it and just keep a wary eye on that donation bar as we proceed. And it can change mid combat too. I have no reservations about that either. The 5 of you, led by Karis and Najana on his back, parade, if you will, towards the Violent Valley. The worm was correct. The path is very, very clear in front of you. And you can kind of see this sprawling field of flowers before you. And where previously the mushrooms had seemed very much larger than life and not at all what you were expecting, it almost feels as though this area of this plain has returned to somewhat normalcy. The flowers are only coming up to your knees. And you stand atop a hill looking out across the valley in front of you. You see, this isn't always the case. As the path winds deeper and deeper and deeper into the valley, the flowers appear to grow larger and larger and larger, to the point where the wise observer might see them at 12 to 15, maybe even 20 feet in the deepest parts of this path. But this was the direction you all were told to head. This is going to lead you back to the Dusk Stone and the cat who stole it. So, as you all trek along this path, is there anything you'd like to do? Anything you'd like to take care of? Anything you want to keep a special eye out for?
Well, Karis is looking for violence.
Paris is living his best life. He's just chilling.
Me too. Me too.
I'm just going to tune my lute. And that's not a euphemism for anything.
Mhm.
All right. So we have Cadence preparing for a performance here. Anyone else want to take care of anything else while you're traveling?
I'm gonna jokingly prepare to cast Contagion on Cadence for when he starts playing his fucking lute.
What does Contagion do?
I think it gives him a disease.
That's fucking rude. Okay.
But I won't actually do it.
You'll just
She's just
think
like,
about it.
I'm like heavily considering it.
I feel like she's not a big fan of like my music.
Yeah. So Cadence, how's your novel or your autobiography going?
Well, so far so good. I mean, I have to rearrange some of the pages we fell, and I was working on it. I'm trying to remember like if like the bits with dragon came before the bits with parrot. I don't remember exactly. It was a big of a fuzzy weekend. So
Did you not number your pages?
I was gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
They were like in an order before.
Not now.
Not
Yeah.
now.
I can't wait for this stream of consciousness book to just come out and not make any sense to anybody.
It's gonna have to be self-published, I think.
My editor
Yeah.
will absolutely hate me.
Your editor, so yourself.
Yeah. I just, put it in a different hat and
You pluck at your lute as you stroll along this path. And again, the flowers are starting to get larger and larger and larger. It does start to get a little more shadowy, a little less comfortable as the flowers reach shoulder height and then head height. And the path before you is bathed in the cast shadows from these flowers when you come upon a clearing of sorts. Najana and Sathea, maybe even Karis too. You all take note of the fact that the soil here in this clearing is obviously disturbed, as if a shuffle, some kind of confrontation, something has happened here in the not too distant past.
Is this just a fighting ring? Kind of looks like it.
Maybe this is the Violent Valley?
Maybe this is the violent in the valley.
We positively detest that name here.
Mm.
Hello?
Totally about the respect. Totally about the respect. What name would you like us to use? And the shield that Karis is carrying that has a just neutral face on it goes into a very big grin.
Well, we don't really feel that it needs to be called anything at all. It's simply our home to us.
We shall call it our home, then.
Are you all the performers that were to be sent our way?
Mm. No, we're looking for a
maybe.
cat.
Possibly.
Do
When
you
you all
want to be
hesitate.
entertained?
When you all hesitate, you can hear completely surrounding the clearing a whispering of sorts. Nothing distinctly linguistic. It's more just almost a tonal hum.
I mean, Cadence over here was just tuning his lute. He could play a song for you.
Oh, so he's a musician. What do the rest of you do?
I can dance.
I mean, I would not just say I'm just a musician. I'm more an artiste.
So you can do more than just play music?
He can write some smut for you if you want some.
Yeah.
Some fan fiction. Do you know what that is?
Unfamiliar with the term.
It's really good. It's really good.
Yeah. He'll take two characters that of your choice and write a story about them.
What do the rest of you do?
I do human things like other humans as well.
That is true.
That doesn't seem like a particularly challenging skill set now, does it?
You have not observed many humans then, because in my observations with my fellow humans, we have lots of skills.
One that I'm particularly fond of is joke telling. Do you know any jokes?
Yeah, have you read Caden's book?
Burn. Yes, I know many jokes.
Anyone who would like to try and discern where this voice is coming from may make an investigation roll for me.
Ooh,
You're funny.
11. 11.
11,
8.
8.
5.
3.
That
Okay.
is a 3.
So with an 11, Karis, maybe it's because you're taller than the others, so your vantage point is just a little more convenient for this. The voice is very clearly coming from an enormous blue daffodil
Inside the house.
that seems to be looming over the 5 of you.
Point that out to everybody. Hey, do you want to come down and hang out?
I can't come down.
Why?
Do you not know how flowers work?
I mean, like,
Yes.
I can like, and I'll start like going like this. I mean, like, can't you like?
And again,
flow in
you all
the
kind of
wind?
hear this whispering noise sort of circling the clearing around you all. It seems to be growing more agitated.
Shall
What
I
will
tell
you
a
all
joke?
be performing?
Karis will sorry, go ahead. Karis
I-
will pull up his shield and like do like the big happy face and like mimic himself and then just go sad face and like do a bunch of different faces and be like, it's great. It's a great party trick. Like you need some drinks, but it's a good time.
I can hold my breath for a really long time.
That's true.
Cadence, if you want to play, I can dance.
What about you, Zrabroth? You were saying something.
Yes, I too can dance and or tell jokes. I am a very multi-talented human, fleshy human thing.
Well, begin. And as the flower almost yells, begin, the daffodil head does come down slightly slower and almost angles itself above you all. Very much like a sort of Damocles thing happening there. Just sort of keeping an eye on you.
Oh.
Is anyone going to perform?
Okay.
Yes, I.
Cadence begins strumming out some tones on their lute. The rest of you, I take it, Sathea, you're dancing. Wonderful. Najana, what skill would you like to showcase for the residents of the Violent Valley?
Oh God. Fuck me. Can I just also try to dance?
Okay.
I don't have anything else.
Are you trying to mimic Sathea's moves, or are you just doing your own?
I think I try to mimic Sathea's moves, but then it's just completely not right. And so it turns out to be my own dance entirely.
More interpretive. I'm there. I'm
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
Zrobroth appears to be making a costume change. Oh
my God. Perfect.
Are you going to be painting?
Zrobroth,
Yes.
what talent are you going to perform for the residents of the Violent Valley with your new look?
Yes. So as I begin, my human hair changes again, and it appears very flowy, and so I begin to dance and tell jokes at the same time.
What kind of jokes?
So my favorite joke. There is a punchline, and I drank the punch. And then there was a carrot. Yes, and a duck walked into a bar.
Karis.
And he said, "Do you have any grapes?"
Oh no.
And the
Robra
bartender
just-
says, "No, I do not have any grapes. And if you come in again and ask, I will nail your feet to the bar."
Robroth just failed the test for robots to determine if they would kill humans.
Yes.
Karis, you've heard Zrobroth joke 1,000 times. It's not that good. You know that you have to carry this performance. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna use me and my shield as like the audience and like really hype up everything. I just, like
Power
real loud
suggestion.
laughter. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. All right. Everybody, roll me a performance check. Zrobroth, you're rolling with disadvantage because you're trying to multitask.
What?
I have a question. Can I
Yes,
change mine?
Nijana.
Because I just thought of something.
Sure.
Name an outfit and I can change my clothes to look like it.
You're gonna try and pull this on flowers that don't wear clothes. I'm just trying to.
Yeah,
All right, you're gonna roll with disadvantage too then.
great.
Karis, you're gonna roll with advantage because I like this idea of being the hype man for the group here.
So disadvantage is a 15.
Okay.
I had a 3 and then a 1. So
So 2. Wonderful.
On the opposite side of the spectrum, I rolled a 30.
Okay.
I was born for this, so I rolled a nat 20 plus 13
Oh.
for a total of 33.
Okay. Zrobroth.
Well, I rolled another nat 20 and another 2. So with disadvantage, I have a 2. However, performance is one of my skills. And because I have reliable talent, if I roll less than that, it becomes a 10. So that is a 17 on performance because reliable talent is amazing and broken.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it is.
Cadence. You are entrancing with this flute. So as you start strumming, the flowers kind of start swaying almost in time with your song. They sort of mimic as best they can without arms
Yeah.
or legs, Cythea's movements. And they try and understand what Nijana is doing as she's like transforming before them and changing the look of her petals just at the drop of a hat. Jesus. Zrobroth's doing something. I don't think that they understand it well enough as performance art to understand whether it's good or bad. So it's acceptable, I think is probably where that's landing. And then Karis. Bless his heart. This boisterous ring of laughter and joy seems to echo in this clearing. It cuts through the tones of Cadence's lute. It disrupts Cythea's rhythm as she sways. It distracts Nijana halfway through one of her transformations. So she sort of ends up with that like Sleeping Beauty, pink, blue abomination. Zrobroth is not concerned with such kind of trivial human things. So they seem totally unbothered by this, that they're just doing their thing. It is in that split moment of reaction that the mood changes. And the flowers all seem to lean in and close off the sky above you. Everyone make me a dexterity saving throw right now.
Oh no.
Nat 20.
It's not terrible.
I have a
What's
question.
your total?
22.
Okay.
I have
17.
advantage on dex against effects that I can see. So would this count as that or no?
Oh,
I can just regular roll, but I figured I'd ask because I was like,
no,
I don't know.
I think
if
this
can-
probably counts
Okay.
because you're going to know that you done fucked up. It'll be obvious. So what everybody else get?
18.
17.
22, and I have evasion if that matters.
Wonderful.
12.
Okay. $10 is all I'm saying. Just saying, guys. As the flowers close in above you, blocking out the sky, you raise your faces heavenward to catch that last glimmer of sunlight. And in doing so, fail to notice the creeping vines that have erupted from the earth and now constrict around your ankles. Najana and Sathea are moving fast enough to step out of their path. Everyone else will find themselves grappled as we enter initiative. So everyone roll initiative for me.
Initiative.
Initiative!
I'll start. Okay.
That almost sounded hopeful. I'm going to have to do better.
Yeah. But if y'all wanted to see us, oh, by the way, we're at $600 Diana.
Oh, wonderful.
Yay.
Thanks, guys.
Yay.
Just in,
Thanks for our death. Mine is a 19.
21.
18.
One second here for me.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, I sure wish I had my handy 1985 initiative sticky notes.
I have them right here.
That doesn't help me, does it? So
You too could own that if you just go on 1985's website and
Yeah.
Use the
Exclamation
link
point
below.
1985 in the, in chat.
All right. Cadence, what'd we end up at?
what did I say? That's a natural 15 plus 3, so 18.
18. Sathea?
17.
17. Nijana?
21.
21. Zrabroth.
24.
Holy cow. And Kiris.
19. We did real good on initiative,
did.
y'all. It's not promising for this.
I rolled a 1, so they're all going to go at the very end here. All right. So there are 6 blooms looming above you right now that seem much larger than all of the other flowers. And it's almost as if they're able to articulate their stems to face specific directions. There is the blue flower that had been speaking to you all. There's sort of a really bright yellow, green, lime colored flower. There is a yellow flower, a purple flower, a white flower, and a red flower. Cadence. You are currently grappled.
Yeah.
Oh no, not Cadence, sorry. Zrabroth. You are also currently grappled. What would you like to do?
I am grappled.
You failed your
How-
saving throw.
I did not. I rolled an 18.
Yeah, it was a 22 DC.
Yes, but I am human.
You're not fooling me. Mr. Runaway Eyebrows.
Well, first I shall fix my eyebrows, and then I will transform into something more appropriate for fighting.
So, background here. Whenever I do a one shot, I encourage my players to take one magical item that's just for flair, that's just for funsies, that's just something absurd. That's where Word Fangirl's shield came from, that shows emotions. It's where Kane's ever billowing cloak comes from. All those good things. Justice asked me this morning if he could make something up. And so he came up with this wig that constantly changes colors and styles. So that is what is happening right now.
The wig of many fashions, yeah.
The wig of many fashions.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to say, I'm going to obligate him to this. For every $25 threshold we hit, Justice changes his wig.
Okay.
If
We
he
got some
runs
good
out, I've
ones
got
down
more
here.
up here. We're good. For every $25 threshold, Justice changes his wig, and I get meaner.
Okay.
Zrabrath, what you
Yes.
doing?
Well, first I put on my fighting hair because
Yeah.
there's less hair to be grappled from.
Sure.
And then I am going to draw my short swords and lay about at the vines on my feet.
Okay, roll me an attack.
That is a math 25 to hit.
Okay. Roll me a dex save on top of that. The challenge here will not be attacking the sedentary vines that are attached to you. It will be not attacking yourself.
That is a 17 on the saving throw.
Okay. That will save. So you hack at the vines. How much damage do you do?
Wow. That's not great. 6.
That's enough to free one of your ankles. Do you have a
Wonderful.
bonus action you would like to take?
One of my human ankles. I do not. I can't disengage from this, can I?
No.
Then
Not
no.
when, not when you're grappled. You got to get out of it.
I have no bonus action that I would like to use at this time.
Okay. If you'd like, you can make a strength save to see if you break free of the other vines.
Certainly.
It'll be DC 20.
Well, could I make a case for dexterity save instead?
No.
Like I
'Cause this is
disjoint
purely
my
you
ankle?
brute forcing.
That's a 17.
Not quite enough. So you take your short swords and you hack and slash at one ankle. Then it's almost like you forgot the other one was there and you went to go take a step and you're like, ah, crap, I'm still stuck. But you've got your battle hair on. So
It's true.
you're ready to go. Najana, you are free, but you do notice several of your grappled teammates here and these flowers closing in on you.
Okay. I'm going to cast a 4th level moonbeam on the blue flower
Okay.
because he's or they appear to be the ringleader.
All right.
or they talk the most. And so I'll just set it on them and I can move it whenever I want.
Okay.
And that's my action. And then do I have any bonus actions?
Do you
Nothing
want
I
to roll
wanna-
me some damage?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, that's only a 10, so I doubt that saves.
No. Okay, 25 radiant damage
Okay.
to this flower.
All right.
And
The
that'll be
little
the end of my
like
turn.
hood of the daffodil like almost narrows like an angry eyebrow V. So now this flower is staring at you angrily.
I stare back at it angrily. Like, we did what you wanted to do.
Karis. This is your moment.
My time to shine. It
Yeah.
really is.
This is it.
I would like to rage, if you will.
Mm.
All day.
Is that
I'm-
French?
We're very fancy now.
Mhm.
I'm also going to put that for all of you because I'm going to forget that y'all have advantage if you're melee attacking near me.
Ooh.
And I won't remember that you have it. So I'm grappled, right?
Yep.
Can I try to get out with my big muscles?
Yeah. Go ahead and make me a strength saving throw as a
Yeah.
it'll be your bonus action. Well, no, you used your bonus action to rage, didn't you?
I did.
So you can do it as your action.
I will totally do it as my action.
Wonderful.
'Cause- Ooh, 26.
26 will do it. Tell me what
Yeah.
this looks like.
Is it my ankles or is it like
Just your
multiple?
ankles. Or it's your whole body if you really want to make a show of this.
I like the flashy. We'll
Do
we'll
it.
do it. We'll do the whole thing.
Do it.
In the sense of how Karis is super like zoned out all the time, all of a sudden there's just like razor focus and you watch like slight twitches of muscle and all of a sudden he just like slightly eats and his muscles pop up and everything rips like Hulk.
Like one of those bodybuilder squeezy toys.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. Yeah, the rest of you, despite your various circumstances, you do all hear the like snapping sounds.
Mhm.
And then probably sort of a guttural growl from Karis. And you know what's happening. You know what this is. You've seen this before. Now, Cadence, you are up. You are also grappled.
So I'm gonna look at the what is the dandelion or whatever is grappling me.
Well, it's roots.
It's a root.
It's
You call-
not decidedly attached
Okay.
to one flower or another.
Okay. So you call that a grapple? It's more disappointing than an unsalted pretzel. And I'm gonna cast vicious mockery on the plant. It has to make it DC 17 wisdom save.
Boy, I am rolling really badly. That's gonna be a 6.
I mean, it's not a whole lot of damage. It's just a big 7 psychic damage. And I
It's
think
mean.
with
It's mean enough.
and it has disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its
Okay.
end of next turn.
How much damage was that?
That's not a lot. That's just 7.
Hey, 7 damage is 7 damage.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard this feeling.
All right.
I mean, I've been, in binding before, and that's not that great.
It's kind of rude, whatever, but it's fine. Sathea.
Yes. Is Karis within 5 feet of any creature, giving us advantage since that's the effect?
Karis, in my mind's eye, was probably 5 feet away from Zrabroth and Najana. But if you would like if it would have made sense during your performance for Karis to be near you, I will allow you to place yourself near him if you would like.
Okay, sorry. Your effect, it's if we're within 5 feet of you or creatures within 5 feet of you, we have advantage against.
Against the creatures that are within 5 feet of me.
Which would be 3 of the flowers.
Okay. That works
It'll
for
be
me.
the red, white, and purple flowers.
So we are completely surrounded, right?
Yep.
Okay. And there's nowhere for me to take cover. I'm going to move just kind of towards the center of the group. I can't take a lot of hits. I'm pulling another one of those long pinkish purple thorns out of my hair. I will whip it at one of the flowers that's within 5 feet of Karis.
Red, white, or purple?
Let's do red.
Roll to attack.
And this will be sharpshooter. With advantage. That is- minus the 5 is 17.
That'll just barely hit.
Okay. So that is 4 plus 5 is 9. $31 points of psychic damage
Okay.
that I hope affects plants. And then just because I
It's-
can, I'll throw another one.
Okay.
That one will do much less damage. That's dirty 20.
Okay. That hits.
Oh, sorry, there was plus 10 on that first one because it was sharpshooter.
Okay.
This one was not. That's 5 points of psychic damage for the second one.
Okay. Do me a favor and roll me a perception roll.
That was fairly decent. 24.
Okay. With a 24, you notice that when your blade comes in contact with the flower, it doesn't hit like the flower is a plant. Because of the nature of your weapon, you kind of get the sensation of heat, blinding heat, when those barbs strike the flesh of the plant. With that,
That's
it's
weird.
the plant's
Okay.
turn.
Mhm.
So here's the fun thing about these being giant flowers that are looming over you, is it doesn't matter where you are, they can get to you because they're just sort of above you. It's handy that way. Theater of the mind. All right. Because you just took a nice little chunk out of it, Sathea, does a dirty 20 hit you?
Absolutely.
Okay. Man, I didn't grab enough dice.
That's a shocking statement.
Terrifying statement.
Nothing you ever
I
want
am
to hear from
very
your DM.
glad I have uncanny dodge.
Okay, that was much better. $36 points of fire damage.
Ooh, that's like half my HP. I will have that with uncanny dodge.
Okay.
So
Jesus.
18.
Blame the
This would be
audience.
very bad.
They donated enough to make this terrible for you all.
And I'm okay with that. It's for the kids.
For the children. The white flower is going to turn its attentions on you, Dejana. Does a 19 hit?
Yep.
Cool.
Mhm.
Oh, that was terrible. 30 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
Jesus.
Well, let me do a con saving throw for Moonbeam. And I get advantage on these. Okay, 19, I passed.
Okay, great. Perfect. And that's on the blue flower right now, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Wonderful. The purple flower is going to turn its attention on you, Karis. Well, now I'm rolling really well. A 22 to hit.
Perfect. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna lose my rage. Please hit me.
28 points of necrotic damage. The lime-colored flower is also going to turn its attentions on you, but that probably won't hit because that's 10. Okay. And last but not least, the yellow. Oh no, there's still the blue flower. The yellow flower is going to turn its attentions on you, Zrabroth. Does a 14 hit?
That does not.
Okay. The blue flower is also going to come for you, Zrabroth. It was distracted by your gorgeous hair. 16.
That also does not hit.
Wonderful. And then
Zrabroth is immortal.
anyone who is still grappled, which I believe is Zrabroth and Cadence.
Yep.
Okay, you will each take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Top of the round, Zrabroth.
That is me. Where I am grappled, can I reach a flower?
Yeah, you can reach 2. The yellow and the blue flower are both within gripping range.
Okay. Then I will attack it with my short swords.
Which one?
Blue flower.
Okay.
He was the rudest of the flowers, even though I was a perfectly polite human.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just reading something real quick. So did we decide if I do have advantage on this?
You do.
Okay. In that case, I will roll. That is a 25 to hit.
That'll
26. I'm going to use sneak attack.
Hit. Okay.
I roll 6d6s. I do not have enough dice for this.
I love it when that's a problem.
Yeah. So for my regular old hit, it is 11 points. And
Okay.
now I will sneak attack for 21 additional damage.
Okay. So how much was that total? 32?
28. 21 plus 11. So 32
32.
damage. Slashing. Take that.
Okay.
And then I can do an offhand attack with my left hand, correct? Without, as a bonus action for 2 sword.
Or you can try and free yourself from the remaining vines.
No, I shall not.
Okay. Then yeah, you can do that as a bonus action.
All right. And I don't add my modifier, correct? Yeah.
Correct.
That is a miss. It's a 12 to hit.
No, that will not hit.
All right. Then that is my turn. I am not concerned with the vines that are attached to me at this moment because I am a human.
Nijana.
Question. So the blue flower started its turn in my moonbeam.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I needed to make another Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
What does it need to hit?
16.
You know what? For flavor, it didn't make it.
Okay. That's 28 radiant damage.
Okay. What does this look like?
Oh, well, it's just a silvery, just spotlight of moon light hits this flower, and like you see it sort of the petals start to smoke a bit,
Mhm.
and then like they just slowly catch on like ghostly flames. And the flames just eat away at the petals.
Zrebroth, you still have your knife embedded in the blue flower as it sort of disintegrates within this beam of moonlight. And you catch just the slightest tickle of electric energy through your blade. as the creature wilts and shrivels and disintegrates before your very eyes.
Aha, take that, you fiend.
Nijana, I take it you have further action on your turn.
As my action, I'm going to shift my moonbeam over to, let's say, the purple flower. I believe that one did necrotic damage.
It did.
So I'll shift it over to them, and they will have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That's a 17.
Okay, you still take half. So 24, so half 12 radiant damage.
Except that it's not really halved. Yeah. So the purple flower, it has kind of a strange reaction to the moonlight in that it pulls its petals closed for a moment and then opens abruptly and almost seems to scream towards the sky. You hear a very shrill, high-pitched wail as you see the tips of its petals start to wilt and crumple in on themselves.
I watched this happen. Like, the blue flower is gone, the purple flower is wilting, and I go, you all brought this on yourselves. We did what you asked, and you, just because you didn't like it, you get to attack us? I don't think so. Who else wants some?
And with those spirited words, we'll take it over to Karis's turn.
So there is still the white flower near
Correct.
me, right? Okay.
Yep.
Dude, it's not cool. You know, I tried, and it's kind of messed up that you're laughing at me, and I'm gonna take my sword and slash at it twice.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. One of those is a 26, one of those is a nat 1.
Okay, well,
My
one
two
of them
attacks.
hits.
That's the dice I need. 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And do I want to do it?
You want to do it.
Mm.
For my bonus action, I am gonna turn invisible.
Hey. Well, flowers have probably never seen that before. Cadence.
Okay.
You just insulted the roots at your feet.
Yeah.
And then
Alright.
you watch Nijana waste a flower and mostly waste another one.
Yeah.
She seems very
Mhm.
put out that she has to be having this fight right now.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
So, how many flowers are within 15 feet of me without like any of my allies that could be there? If I like aim something like up, I can probably get them, right?
If you're aiming up, we'll say very carefully, you can get the lime yellow and white flowers.
Okay. So I'm just gonna, clap my hand and says, well, NSYNC said it best. And bye. I'm gonna cast Thunderclap. So they have to make a con save or take 2d8 damage and be pushed away from me.
What do they have to make?
It's a con. I think it's a con save 17.
Yeah, they didn't make that.
Okay,
Do
so
we also need to make that?
I mean, if
He's aiming it up.
yeah, I'm aiming up. Unless
Okay.
you're like up there. So they will take 8 thunder damage, and I don't know if they can be pushed 10 feet away from me in any
They
shape or form.
can, but it's not going to be being pushed 10 feet away like a normal enemy would
Yeah.
be. It's going to be bending their stalks away from you. So it'll
Okay.
actually do damage to them.
Okay. But if there's anything within 300 feet of us, they know now. And
This is
as my bonus action, I'm going to turn towards Zabrod and play my lute and says, friendship is rare. And I'm going to start singing to him, friendship is rare, my derriere, and just inspire him. So
You
have
feel inspired, Zrebroth?
Yes, I now have another friend that is also a very like eventual. They are fleshy as well as
Yeah.
me.
I just
Just
could not
like-
come up with like a word that make that match
Friendship
with.
is rare. Friendship is rare. My ass.
And
So,
with
yeah.
that inspired me, honestly. As Cadence's tune sort of floats and hovers above the battleground that you all find yourselves in, three of the flowers have kind of been bent back on their stems. One has been completely wasted away. The purple flower is still screaming. The red flower, seeing all of this, in a final gasp, kind of leans back and opens its petals towards all of you in a huge fire cone.
Oh no.
That's a 22 to hit, everybody.
Mhm.
Okay.
Could I use my reaction to cunning word it?
I don't know that you're going to be able to get it down far enough.
It's
the
by
problem.
it's by D10. So
Okay.
Possible.
You
You could
can
try.
try.
well, by nope. So listen never. That's done by 5.
Okay.
Hmm.
So it's a 19 then.
Yeah.
Does that hit
Last.
everybody?
Yep.
Still hits
Wonderful.
me. Yeah.
I tried.
Yes.
You did try. We appreciate it.
You know, you really told those roots what's up.
Yeah.
That's
And
a
in
lot
this-
of dice.
In this fiery gasp,
Mm-hmm.
if I were to assign a number to it, it's probably like 16 points of fire damage flow at you all. But as the fire begins to wane, when you open your eyes, the entire clearing has been set aflame.
Oh.
The other flowers flail desperately, trying to put their stalks out before they are nothing.
Somebody fucked up.
You literally did that to yourself.
The red flower flops over, completely incinerated by its own fire beam. But the 5 of you have, in theory, been freed from this battle, should you choose to move on instead of sticking around and vanquishing the remaining flowers in the Valley of Violence.
I mean, I think they did it to themselves, so we can move on.
So we did take 16 damage. Sorry.
Yes.
I would like to use uncanny dodge to have
Okay.
that.
So you will
I
take
will as
8
well.
instead.
Boom, done.
So a little bit crispier, probably sort of fed up with this place. But coming out victorious, you all can stumble out of this clearing and through the woods.
Okay. Well, that's good.
That was strange.
It was.
Those were the rudest flowers I've ever fucking met.
Yes, indeed. I, as a human, have personally never been attacked by flowers. Is this a new experience for the rest of you as well?
I mean, I've pricked my finger on thorns, but that wasn't really a flower attacking me. So yeah,
like sometimes
pretty
they
new.
attack my sinuses, but like not.
Yeah. Like
You know?
like during spring, like like nose gets all clogged up and runny, but that's usually the most.
Quite devious manner of attack. I shall have to learn this.
Mm-hmm.
We
As you
all
all
become
kind
like
of-
a scorched earth policy group. Just burn it all.
A
As you
druid of
make your
pollen
way-
crafting.
Further along this path, closer to the castle, feel free to spend some hit dice and regain some hit points. if
Okay.
You should choose. We'll call this a short rest while you all are walking. So, for example, if our bard would like to do Song of Rest for him,
Yeah.
he's more than welcome to.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you to do Song of Rest because the road is fucking hard. The road is fucking tough. There's no question that it's rough. It's tough. It's rough stuff.
Um,
And you have
I
one
like
more.
this is my favorite wigs. Broth.
What does Song of Rest do?
You get an extra D8 to your it die. So I
Okay.
rolled a 6, so you get an extra 6.
Huzzah!
And the people rejoice.
This is my walking hair.
What's my?
Something for every occasion, it seems.
Indeed.
As you all continue along this path, kind of realizing that maybe this isn't such a beautiful place and you should probably be a little more careful, and what a shitty way to spend an afternoon where you thought you were just going to be studying. You find yourselves winding along the path that leads through these trees. Just beyond them you can see the castle gate, so you're almost there. As you go through the woods, beside the road, beside the path you all are on, there's a little table set up. It's got a nice tablecloth. There are all kinds of baked goods and appetizers and all kinds of little treats that are laid out on this table, along with a box that says, "Take what you want and leave a copper."
Did anybody bring their wallet?
Oh, we're going swimming. Why would I bring my wallet swimming?
I mean, I have my wallet, but I also don't trust anything in this place. Anymore.
I only have gold pieces.
It would seem like a generous tip if you get gold pieces, more than the right
I mean,
percentage.
would a gold be worth the whole kit and caboodle?
Yeah,
If
I
you're
think
all
that
just
would
a
probably be
copper?
a fair assessment.
Yeah.
It's a
valid
lot
plus
of
tip.
food.
Yeah.
There's no one around manning this bake sale, but there's mozzarella sticks, there's pickle fries, every delicious food that now I can't eat under the sun is on this table.
All right. I mean, I did not have lunch, so
Can I do an Arcana check or something on this food?
Sure.
And that one looks delicious.
It's magically delicious.
Mm. Oh, there's a bowl of Lucky Charms there.
Hearts, stars, horseshoes.
yeah.
Deadly flowers and balloons. Yeah, all of this marshmallows.
Has
will-
the fee been paid? Is someone paying said fee?
Yes, I will toss 2 gold coins into the box
snap.
and
Okay.
Y'all just
Everyone
picking up
have
the
your
corners
fill.
of the tablecloth and heaving it
Yeah.
over your
I mean,
shoulder.
I just
Just
point.
it's just a
places
bindle
to be.
now. Yeah.
All right, a snack bindle.
Thank Bindle.
Before
Paula,
it's
this
wrapped
feels
up,
like we should call on you.
Zrobroth is going to grab a piece of food and then turn his head to the side and go, nom, nom, I do love human food.
Just wasting food.
And then throw it behind me.
I was just expecting it to be like garbage compactor, just with blades and.
Najana looks at us, Robroth, and asks, so what does it taste like?
Oh, it is delicious, like all of the foods that we humans eat. It fuels my body.
As you toss the food behind you, in what is clearly the smoothest and most practiced of deceptions,
I do this all the time.
Anyone who would have noticed this falsehood also notices that where the mozzarella stick he threw hits the ground, there had been, there was a little toad, let's say, that was hopping along the side of the road. The mozzarella stick like bopped him on the head, so he bit it. The toad then starts to grow and get larger and larger before hopping off into the woods.
I'm
And it
gonna
is
make
with
a note
that
of that.
knowledge.
Yeah.
Since my skirt pockets are currently filled with mozzarella sticks, I will make a note of that.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm
It is-
gonna take some of these mozzarella sticks too and put them shove them in my mouth.
It's with that knowledge that you all approach the castle gate, which are flung wide. There are balloons sort of tied to some of the wrought iron. It's basically decorated like a white suburban family's mailbox would be when their kid turns 7. Like it's that kind of decor. The front doors of the castle are wide open. Do you all proceed inside?
Do we need an invitation or?
I think our invitation was Strawbroth's cat stealing the gem that we need.
Yeah, as long as you look like you're supposed to be somewhere, no one will ever question it. That's how I get in
We're-
everywhere.
We're there +5 now.
You step across the threshold into the castle. And this is like no other building you all have ever been in. The polished marble floors are a checkerboard white and red jasper pattern. That's, you can see a reflection in it. It's so clean. The whole castle is just one expansive open floor, it seems. And there are people who are mingling. There are some folks who appear to be dancing. Everyone is dressed in their finery from head to toe. Perhaps 50 feet in the door, if you turn to your right, before you sits a veritable mountain of gifts. Huge, probably 40 feet high. They're just stacked on top of each other. At the very, very top sits the dusk stone, catching the light and glinting. And as you all are taking this in, the cat from earlier approaches you, paws on his hips. What are you doing here?
How tall is this cat? How big
He
is
comes
this
up
cat?
to your knees.
Oh my god, can I just grab him by his scruff?
Yes, you can. That cat starts to howl.
Listen, I understand Strawbroth. You own Strawbroth. However, you can't just steal from the rest of us.
Put me down! This is
No.
inadequate!
I do not care. You know what also is inadequate and inappropriate? Stealing from people.
I need
Yes.
you
In
to make
front
me a
of
dex
them.
save while he tries to claw at your eyes.
Okay.
The rest of you note that some of the guards
19.
noticed. Wonderful. You're just kind of able to keep him from
It's
blinding.
fine. The cat or money.
Yeah, this cat owes me money.
They're trying to steal something from the queen.
That's not true.
I mean, we can't steal what's ours.
Yeah, I'm not stealing what
mean,
belongs to me.
You all are claiming rights to something within the queen's kingdom.
I mean, it
Yeah,
wasn't in the
I am
Queen's Kingdom.
actually.
Who
It wasn't there
are
when you stole
What are
it.
you doing here?
Oh my god. Oh yes, yes, Rob.
Yes,
Rob.
Zrarbo.
Zrabroth. While they are doing this, arguing with the cat and the guards, Zrabroth would like to sneak away and climb to the top of the presence in a sneaky fashion and try and get the dusk stone without being noticed. But I feel like I need different hair for this.
I was going to say something similar. Could I go with them?
Yes, you can. So, again, I'm going to break the fourth wall here. Audience, this is the moment. This is the time to make your, oh God, wishes known.
I didn't know what this one looked like.
That's my
before I
husband,
put it
everybody.
on.
I married him. Jeez. That's
Oh
my
my
Harley
God.
Quinn wig.
Oh, I was gonna say it looks like Misa Misa from Death Note.
That too. Oh my God. Okay, audience. So this is super serious and not at all funny. This is the moment to make your wishes known. Do you want these abominations to survive their time in Marvelland and make it home safe and sound to complete their destiny and fulfill the right of knowing? Or do you want to see them get stuck here and maybe, have a two-parter where they have to try and take over Marvelland or make their way home or something? Tell me with your donations.
Mm.
I have on my sneakiest of hairs.
I can't
I
even
mean,
look. Every time I look, I
truly.
lose it again.
So Zrabrath and Sathea, while this confrontation is happening, you are trying to sneak off and climb the Tower of Presence. How? How are you hoping to accomplish this? Paint me a word picture.
I was hoping to kind of slip into the crowd, like stand there aghast like everyone else at the group that is standing here holding this cat, and just kind of like almost like the Homer Simpson meme, just kind of fade back into the crowd.
The I'm not with them.
Mhm.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I just look so
Zrabrath, did
offended.
you have an approach?
I am going to take a slightly different approach.
No shit.
I'm gonna take the Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy approach and just move very, very slowly, so slowly that no one actually sees me.
My favorite part about this is that you literally have a party member who can turn invisible.
I also-
it's irrelevant.
And a party member who could cast greater visibility, but
Yep.
this is funnier. So
Or teleport us.
I apologize, Sathea. I feel like I cut you off and you were only halfway through with your plan. Tell me the rest of it. I want to hear.
No, I'm just looking very like offended, like how dare they try and steal from the queen, that sort of thing.
Oh, you're
I may
clutching
yell
your
a few
pearls
things.
and-
Yeah, may yell a few things with the crowd and just kind of fall back into it. And once I'm behind everyone, just try to be sneaky, make my way around.
Okay. The rest of you, this cat is flailing wildly now. The guards have turned their attention to you and are questioning your motives and reason for being here. Across the ballroom, you hear the doors 40 feet high cracking as they open towards you. A fanfare begins to fill the air, and you know that the queen has arrived. What would you like to do?
shake
You're
the
still
cat.
holding the cat, Najana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Like, I mean, are you still trying to reason with this cat, or are you just
Oh
like,
no, I'm not
fuck
reasoning
you,
with this
fuck
cat.
this. This is
It's basically
Yeah.
fuck you, fuck this. Like, how dare you? I'm gonna put you in a little. I'm also gonna put you
Cat
in like
carrier?
a bindle, a terrarium, a cat carrier. Thank you, because I
Cone of
called it a
shame.
terrarium. And a cone
if you
of
put a
shame.
cat in a terrarium, he's gonna be miserable. I can tell you
Yeah.
that. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mean that. I absolutely meant a carrier. I just couldn't think of the word. I'm gonna. Yeah, you're coming back. Zravroth is not. You're not Zravroth's owner anymore. Zravroth is your owner now. That's your punishment.
you should really let the royal scribe go. What are you doing here? How
Yeah.
did you get through the gates?
I mean, one
We
simply walk into
walked.
the castle.
You left the doors wide open.
So you're party crashers?
it's not crashing the party if you leave the door open.
No party crashers, and they'll point their spears towards you.
I mean,
Meanwhile,
I'm the royal bard.
make me a deception roll, Cadence. You're treading on thin ice here.
Okay, that's not terrible. What's my deception though?
The audience hasn't shown me strongly enough.
It's a dirty
to
20.
get out of this, so dirty 20.
Yeah.
The guards kind of like, you see them turn their helmets towards one another and like back at you. They're like trying to figure it out. Like, do we have a royal?
I mean, I got the
bard? Is
loot,
that a
the
thing?
cloak, the looks, and everything.
Exists
Yeah.
here?
Never heard his hit song, Friendship is Here, Derek.
Yeah, friendship
Prove
here, my
it.
derriere.
Yeah.
Really? You want a performance?
Yes.
All right. Well, this one is called Wonder Boy. I above
Someone
the
donate more
mucky
money.
muck, gas made of clouds. This is Wonder Boy.
Meanwhile, I will never forgive you, Rafiki. Meanwhile,
Okay,
Zrabrov
too.
In the Hall of Justice.
and Sathea, could each of you make me a quick stealth roll
I
to
would
see
love
if
nothing
you
more
are
in this
fast
life.
enough? Karis, you're witnessing this. Cadence is now trying to charm the guards. Najana seems
Wonder Boy.
over this. And you didn't get to crack nearly as many skulls as you'd hoped.
Yeah, there were no skulls in the Violent
No
Valley.
skulls?
It's
in those
honestly,
flowers.
it's just sad. I mean, any of you seen a squirrel?
You hear a
I forgot
squeak.
about the squirrel.
I was hoping the queen's gonna be the squirrel, but you know.
I hope to.
You hear a squeak a little distance away, and you turn to see a hulking, muscled woman, probably about the same stature as you are, honestly, clothed head to toe in black and red velvet, a crown across her brow, permanent furrow on her forehead, and very scrutinizing eyes turned your direction. On her shoulder sits that same smug little squirrel, his arms firmly crossed over his chest until he sees you, and then you see him point at you and squeak into the queen's ear.
I immediately like throw my arms and I'm like, buddy, you're okay. Oh my God. And I start running towards her.
Okay. What'd we do with those stealth rolls, guys?
28.
Zarabath, you're muted.
29.
28 and 29. Yeah, because of, well, now Karis's great show, and Cadence's wonderful performance, and Najana being completely and totally over this, you can discreetly slip away. And your aim is to together scale the pile of gifts and make it to the dusk stone. Is that what I'm hearing? Or would you have gone about this individually?
Because it's a pile. Oh, yeah, whatever. I was gonna say I have an intelligence of 8, so I don't know if Zobroth would have come up with this, but I move very, very slowly over to the edge, and then I brace my back up against the pile, also while maintaining my complete stealth, and do like a little stirrup with my hands.
I feel like that's more of a brute force kind of act, so it's definitely something Zobroth would have at least witnessed at some point or another.
But I also want to put my bulk against the pile of presents. So as Sathea climbs, it doesn't like all come tumbling down.
Okay. Sathea, would you
sneakily.
kind of infer that from his body language here?
Yes. If he had his hand out, I'm assuming I'm gonna get yeeted again. So I would like to, if no one's looking, kind of run and use that to jump. And how tall is the pile?
About 40 feet.
Oof.
It's
That's really
okay.
tall.
You've got acrobatics.
I do.
And strength is not my strong point. So I'm more just giving handholds to get up higher because I can boost up that 7 feet.
Sathea, I'm going to ask you to make me an acrobatics roll with advantage because you have Zabras' help while you are scaling this. In the meantime, Najana and Cadence, you have just about won over these guards. Like, you're this close. Wonder Boy was so incredible a rendition that they're actually kind of like the spears are now leaning against their shoulders and they're like halfway clapping. They're like, oh, great. You can entertain the whole party. Except Karis is now running full speed at the queen with her squirrel companion. Karis, is this a tackle hug? Is that what's happening?
I mean,
You tell me. What does this look like?
This is definitely like oh my god, I'm so glad you're okay. And like gauging the reaction of the squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely trying to go for a hug. But
okay. You have a moment where the squirrel looks excited, but you quickly, like, well, maybe not quickly, but right before impact, you realize that what you misread from as excitement was actually just blinding fear. And you go around the shoulders of the queen and you all hit the marble with a huge thud. And the room goes completely silent. You could hear a pin drop.
Cadence is absolutely still singing.
Absolutely.
You hear distantly, Wonder Boy. The rest of the attendees have turned their attention to you with horrified expressions on their face. The queen, red in the face, mouth agape, screams from underneath you against the marble floor. Off with her head! What did you get on that acrobatics roll?
I rolled double 18s on that, so that's 27.
Ooh.
And as that phrase rings and echoes and expands to fill this entire ballroom, it seems, Sathea, you glide through the air, feather light, and just extend your hand far enough to grasp the dusk stone. And as you start to feel the pull of gravity start to bring you back down after your leap, it all fades away. And it's like your vision sort of dissolves into a white fuzziness. And when you open your eyes again, Karis is crouched down in a very similar position to the one that you just saw her in, about 10 feet from you. Najana stands, still holding Dervish the cat at arm's length. Cadence strums out the final couple notes on his lute, confused and completely misplaced, having found himself back outside of the city gates. And Zrabrath, now with a fresh hairdo,
it's the
after
intense
this short
digging for
intermission,
me. It's the intense digging.
At this point, I'm just not surprised that's like not like one wig on top of the other, just like stacked wigs.
Ooh, yeah, that
Oh,
was that would be very
amazing.
powerful.
How correctly they've all been put on.
Yeah.
Zrabroth, now sporting long copper curls, stands, hands still extended, to offer you a foothold. Sathea, you with the dusk stone in your hand, fall lightly to the ground, kind of landing in the superhero pose on one knee. And you all find yourselves back outside the city gates, dusk stone in hand. Doesn't really seem like much time has passed, and now you have a cat.
But do we have a pool?
And we're gonna have
No,
to find a
you
lot
to
of
go back
water
to
for
the
that
oak
pool.
tree. A lot of water.
It'd be the best pool.
And
I
it is
cast
at
a
this
ninth
moment.
level create water. No, I don't
It
even
is
have that spell.
It is at this moment that the Chancellor comes lumbering up the road from the city gates. Ah, there you are. Looks as though you've all been studying quite hard this afternoon. Come along, it's time to
Huh?
continue our studies.
Okay.
Have you seen a squirrel?
No, that squirrel betrayed us.
And that, folks, is how we leave you on a cliffhanger. Is there a squirrel? Is there no squirrel? Was it an enemy force sent to lure them to Marvelland? Who knows?
But there is a cat.
Yeah, the cat is real.
I'm gonna feed this cat to my fucking dragon.
Oh, poor Dervish.
I'm kidding. I won't. He's cute. I won't. He has a cute little coat
He's
on.
very angry is all.
I'll give him
Thank
some
you
catnip.
guys. Thank you all for going through these shenanigans, for fighting flowers, and for tackling queens, and for crawling through cesspits, through mushrooms, and being wonderful all the while. Real quick before we go, since this did run a little bit longer than I actually intended it to, who are you and where can we find you? Let's start with Word Fangirl.
Oh, hello. I'm Word Fangirl. My pronouns are she, they. I'm a bi-variety streamer here on Twitch. And I am on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and all those things, all as Word Fangirl.
The wordest of fangirls.
Mhm.
And an exceptionally good bean. Fairbear, what about you?
Hi, I'm Fair. I've been Najana. You can follow me on Twitter at Fairbear. Tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, you can find me over on Rolling D20s for our Vampire the Masquerade campaign, Philly by Night. Tuesdays, you can find me over on fortnerd.com's channel, 8:30 p.m. Eastern for Dreadful Tales Arc 2. We are getting down to our last 2 episodes, and my character has made potentially it's been an interesting decision. We will see how it plays out for her. And yeah, I have some other things coming up, like a panel at Big Bad Con, so just follow me on Twitter so you'll know what I'm doing when I'm doing it.
Cool. Amazing. Anna, how about you?
Oh, hey, that's me. I'm Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny, most places on the internet, queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer and podcaster. If any of that sounds interesting, you can find me on Twitter at Archival Dust Bun. As far as where to find me, tomorrow I'll be on Thorny Dryad's channel at noon playing Masks. It's the first session of our monthly Masks game with a really awesome cast. We're doing it Justice League style, so it's really easy to catch up and stay with that. Monday night, you can find me on Guild of the Phoenix playing in our Parslings game that is sponsored by Smudgy Games in celebration of the Parslings Indiegogo campaign for the new Nominal City guidebook, which is almost funded, so be sure to check that out. Tuesday nights, you can find me on Black Feather Guild playing Champions of the Fae, our 5e Feywild campaign. We are a party full of Fae creatures, about as intelligent as this party was. So it is definitely a fun time, and none of the fights are straightforward. It's exactly what you'd expect from Fae creatures. Also have a monthly Ryutama game on Ballad of the Seven Dice, the third Thursday of every month. Then heading into May and June, I will have 8+ ongoing shows, including some really exciting unannounced ones on Weave the Tale, Party Wipe Games, and TTRPG. So be sure to keep an eye out for those. Follow me on Twitter to see when that is. And of course, if sci-fi and podcasts are more your thing, you can find me in Response Team Omnicron, a Lancer actual play podcast following a PR team who unexpectedly ends up on the front lines of a brewing conflict in the No Room for Wallflower adventure settings. We have sci-fi feels, narrative first combat, giant mech battles, and roleplay focused characters. So check us out with that. You can find us anywhere you normally get your podcast and on Twitter at RT Omnicron.
That was a lot.
Wow. So
That's a lot of
busy.
stuff,
Oh my
Impressive.
goodness.
That's so
Yeah.
much.
I stay very busy.
Rafiki.
Hi, I'm not as busy. I'm Frank, aka Rafiki. I'm one of the founder of this channel. I run things like this. Currently, thank you, Big Gary, for behind the scene working in production. I appreciate it very much. Gary, shout out to Gary. Outside of this, well, that's pretty much where you can find me. It's really here. And you can find me again coming Tuesday for Dragon Age One Shot. So, and stay tuned for more stuff.
Justice.
Oh, hey, that's me. Sorry, I've got a cough. That's why I've been muting, and then I keep forgetting. And then anyway, my name is Justice. You can find me on the socials as Stashmando. I've got a couple things coming up. Right now, I don't have any active streams, but later this month, I will be on Renegade Games channel doing a live play of Hunter. And then I have 2 more shows coming up. One will be a V5 game on that's Vampire the Masquerade on Gehenna Games channel. We do not have an official start date or what's that?
Gehenna Gaming.
What did I say?
Gehenna Games.
Oh, Gehenna Gaming. And then I've got an Avatar stream coming back later this year, and a Call of Cthulhu game that I'm working on that is yet to be announced.
Sweet. And I have been your dungeon master today. My name is Diana D'Amico. I am the partnership manager for Die Hard Dice. I'm also one half of Bargain Barbarian, along with Justice here. I'm the resident storyteller for Renegade Games, so I run their V5 Chronicle, The Nightlife, as well as the Hunter stream that Justice just mentioned. That'll be the debut of that system, which is pretty exciting. We're really happy to be doing that. I have a couple other streams, but none of them have been solidified yet with session zeros and all that good stuff. So follow me on Twitter at D'Amico Diana to catch all of those cool things as they happen. I'm going to kick it back over to Rafiki because I'm sure that he has a couple housekeeping things before the next fundraising stream. But thank you guys so much for showing up, for hanging out, for donating. It all goes to a wonderful cause, and we're so excited that we were able to share this experience with you. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Diana,
Hooray.
for putting up with
Yeah, that was fun.
all of us, mostly my shenanigans and terrible songs. And yeah, we are still fundraising for Extra Life here. If you can do exclamation mark donate or exclamation mark charity, I can do words and donate and help change Cake's hell because it sucks being in the hospital as a child. So we're gonna be back. Next game is starting at 5 Eastern. In the meantime, I just need to quickly verify, since we have a little bit of a gap, if we may have some intermission stuff in the meantime, just verifying that. But yeah, stay tuned. We'll be right back and spread the word.